shit. Yeah, that beat hard as a motherfucker. Just another day getting paper, paper. I couldn't even make it. Just another day getting paper. Waking up, then I hit the capers. Every day, same old thing. Gotta get $1 so you can keep the change. But I want what's mine, so it's face first, head first to the grind. Every time on time.
Okay.
All the time, anytime, cause I'm out here. And you know that hoe, gotta get mine. Said that from the door, that's from the front. So you knowing what I want the cash. You can keep that all that ass, I'ma pass. Cause it's back to the grind. Gotta triple up till the gold what I find. Better get the platinum, you can ask me. Signature Benetti, like it's automatic, so I'ma see through the bullshit. Spit it like I'm in the pulpit. Real quick, I'ma flip on them hoes. Gotta stay down all 10 toes. Spitting game to my pinkies. Don't give a fuck what you thinking. I just need that cash, so to my palm you better pass. I stay at they ass like I'm supposed to. Cause the ground what I'm close to. So watch me coast through. As I slide on, gotta get mine. Then I hide home. That's where I'm headed. So those, gotta get it.
I like these freestyles you got going on. I ain't gonna lie. I got more beats here for you. All these beats you're hearing are for my upcoming album, though.
Them keys, yo. I'm coming on with them keys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard this one before.
I produced this whole album.
Okay. That's hard, sis.
The composing went crazy on this
Yes,
track.
yes. The horns, yes. Oh my God.
Got a new girl, she liking my wrist. Top of the top with the messages. Coming to stand with recruit. Special sauce with the food. Tell the boys what we do. Gotta come in on cue.
Okay. Cause I can't get up out of pocket. I'll be, I'm had of time just like the Rockets. I can take a hit of your tequila, fine serve. And I can get right back to this freestyle in a blur. Better yet with no blur. Cause it's clear if you just use your eyes. Right on point, we had to get it. I don't know, I fucking fell off with that one. I was not on it. Okay. But I'm back in with that hand in hand. Let's go.
It was crazy. I thought of this melody while I was at work. And I was just, it started with that trumpet. Dun, 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 dun. And then the shit went crazy.
Yes, yes it did.
The song that I produced.
Came from the west to the east, bringing different kinds of heat.
Okay. They was cooking, second guessing what your boy was doing. But I was right on point to get on out the ruin. So I said, fuck the chewing, gotta get the ducats. So I elevated from the 84 bucket. But that bitch still off in the garage, still off in the cut. Cause I'ma put it back off in them things and show them what your boy do when I get onto these dollar bills. I got the phonies, but I'm still getting to the reals. I need the skrill. I mean them dollars, ho. So I be on it, no, I ain't got time to holler, ho. Put that on my collar, shit, the way we fucking pop that. I had to fucking kill his track the way Henny dropped that. Henny, son, these haters plenty done. We about to get it as I grip on these 100 huns. Stacked it to the thousands, to the millions, till we out here owning lands in the buildings. I'm talking whole blocks. Bitch, you think not? That's why you still in that same spot. Look inside, because I spread nothing but the joy and positivity. All that negativity get from around me. And you can try to clown me, that's if you feel like it. But I'm real, and I know my dogs feel like it. That's why I spread that. The clouds where my head at. Shit, my chest where that bread at. I gotta get that, and you can dad that. All of the talking, the grind, and I'm walking how I'm talking. Ain't no squawking, I be getting it. Just like this track and when I'm wigging, bitch. Okay, I'm steady shiving it, stabbing it up. Just what the way I got it. All these haters grabbing it up. Talk about my nuts, but I'm coming through these cuts. Cause what? Getting bucked on some GA. Chrome shit. Tequila got me drunk, bitch. But I'm just right now throwed and I'm sober. Oh, a real soldier smoking Doja, take it back to no limit with this flow, it ain't no gimmick. Oh, you know that it's authentic every time I get off in it. Oh, take the minutes, then we turn it to the hours, and I turn the fake freestylers to the cowards. But this Henny track got me throwed up and empowered, so I had to give it to you for another hour. Oh, let it shower on their faces. I got it covered all three bases in the home plate. Yes, sir. I'm gonna go spin this as soon as I leave here.
Right. You funny as fuck.
How we gift our guests.
Cause we're bowling in the shoulders.
We got all that money.
Ooh, shmonies.
Money.
Oh,
Oh no.
I heard the Fruity Loops get opened.
Let me see if I got some unreleased tracks that I can play here. Nah, I don't like that one.
I felt like I was listening to Cliqu'd just then when I hit that one. That was official as a fuck.
I got a beat here.
Rachel on the way? Or are we thugging it out?
We thugging it out.
That's how I be. And you gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, I had the wrong hard drive.
Oh, that'd be the worst, boy.
Well, I had a
No SD card, wrong hard drive. Psh, gotta beatbox that one out sometimes, huh? Boy, you stupid. I didn't mean that. That's what I say when I go to exhaling it out. I say I gotta beatbox that one out. Psh. Oh, so off the dribble, I'ma come off of it and mentally scribble the straight from the ribs like I was Gibbs. Or better yet, TIP, cause I'm that state of G to the A. Oh, the way we slay all these tracks. I ride them out like they was lax. Better yet, the specs what we call the cars that was stolen. But still I get on here because my head ain't swollen. I've been holding on these freestyles for a long while. So I just heap the pile and throw that gasoline or kerosene. You knowin' what I mean? We set the scene on fire. Yeah, that's all the liars. They heaped into that pile with it. But anyway, I'm getting back to the freestyle spitting. Oh, I dropped 100, then I picked it up with the left hand. If you talking about this Henny track is getting blessed, man, I could withstand anything they can let up out their mouth. Cause I had to get mine straight up out that dirty south from the grit and the rhyme. That was the past time. But now we doing it right now. Let me shut up with the rhyme so we can get the mics correct and go live. We'll bring it like the wreck is me and Child. Sig and the Henny. Yeah, we
My man been
doing ours
freestyling
with
for
the
like 3
Friends,
minutes.
Stop Penny. Oh, this probably been at 10, cause I'm going in off this track. Got me throat right, so I'ma go ham Saturday.
How we sound on the live?
Whole night. Oh, you can take the
We're good?
to
Not
your
too loud
fucking
on the
jaws
live?
if you flex on that flake shit.
We're good?
And you so
Cool beans.
flawed, or you fucking
Alright.
with the laws called the SCMPD. We the
So-
real niggas ripping that SAB. Oh, I like that flow,
Let's
but
go,
I
let's go,
gotta
let's
shut
go.
up. Here
Oh.
we go. I was coming.
You
off
over
the
here
dome and
freestyling
cutting
with
up.
bread in your hand? I see
My
what you're
bad.
doing. See what you're doing. See what
Shouts
you're
out to Henny, man. Henny.
doing. Henny with the beats.
Yeah, he put the beats in my head and money in my hand.
That's all you need, really.
Exactly.
That's all you really need.
Shit, y'all do something strange for 40. I got this 100.
That hundred spoke right there, boy.
Big face hundreds.
Big face 100. All right, yo. We are live, and it is amazing to be here to be with you tonight. Because tonight,
Clap, clap, clap,
as
clap, clap.
yeah, can I get my love? Can I get my love? Can I get my love?
Clap,
Can I
clap,
get
clap,
my love?
clap, clap, clap.
Yeah. Thank you. That's my sexy voice. Yeah, like that right there. Yo, this is a special night for us, and I love that you're here with us. We had you back for a second week in a row. You know what I mean? Gonna have a lot of fun with you. So check it out. So,
Pause.
pause for sure. Pause for sure. Yo, tonight is our first night multicasting.
Ooh.
We are live on Instagram. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube.
Uh-oh.
We are live on Twitch.
Oh, I
yeah.
think it's my first time being in the Twitch world.
Yeah,
What's up,
twitching.
Twitch?
We twitching.
What's up, baby?
We live all over the place.
Yeah.
Man,
We
we're about
live
to,
all over the world.
you know, messing with some new camera angles so you can definitely chill with us and get like better. We're getting better as we grow. Growing as we get better. And Rachel is not here. We're still working on punctuality. But Rachel had a dope, like, expensive thing to go do.
Yes.
To get dressed up. So when she come in, she's gonna be all fly or whatever. But we, you know, I'm over here minding my black-owned business.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all like the shirt like that. How I did that.
I do.
Yeah. But we over here chilling, man. I am Jive English, your host. Henderson Beats is on the ones and twos as usual.
Henny son.
You know what I'm saying?
Henny son.
Shooting shouts out to Maya Futch in the building. Maya Simmons.
Oh,
Let me
my.
get that right. She
Maya,
is
she
married. She, you know, we always show love.
Okay,
She's-
no, you said in the building.
She always in the energy. It's the energy is always in the building.
Scoop the whoop.
Yeah, man, dope stuff going on, man. We just came off a dope show last week. Soigné Soul Lounge, open mic.
Shouts out to y'all.
Yeah, we had a dope time. We just had a lot of fun. We had a lot of liquor in the building too. We had a lot of liquor in the building.
When do we not?
When do we not? That's also
ain't
true.
Nothing wrong with that, baby.
You know what I'm saying? We got a little Jose in the building tonight.
As long as we drinking responsibly.
You know, drink responsibly, drive even more responsibly. So, man, we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight, man. We're gonna have a couple topics. I'm gonna wait for Rachel to come in, but we got some current event stuff popping up always. We do have our new show coming up November 25th.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing some stuff. Another Soul Lounge. As I've looked around, man, we are the only Soul Lounge open mic experience
Oh.
around these parts.
And nothing's wrong with that. You're supposed to be original.
Yeah,
That's
you know what I'm
the
saying?
big ups to y'all for being
So
original.
we're doing our thing. Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
man.
So if you really want to come out and have a lot of fun with us, you want to just chill before you get your whole night set off, man. You want to hear some spoken word, some local artists. Soigné, Soigne, Soul Lounge.
Woo.
Brought to you by Clicked Up, the podcast, the coolest crew from this side of the body.
You want me to do it for you?
Please, sir.
All right.
Henny, please.
The coolest crew from here to the bayou. Oh, wait. No, I forgot it.
You forgot.
That
You
was
the
right.
one that
Hold
made
on.
it up.
You was
All right,
headed
hold on,
there.
hold on,
You
hold
was
on.
headed there. Come on.
Yeah.
Hardy, y'all, hold on.
Okay, here we go.
From the coolest crew from here to the bayou, like, share, subscribe, and thrive. From our clique to where you sit. It's been real.
It's
Come
real.
on.
It's way damn real. You know what I'm
I
saying?
like
it's
that.
way damn real. Henny made that. Henny
Can
did
I-
that.
can I
What's
hit a
half,
plug?
Rachel? and have fun. Plug, please,
Yes,
sir.
okay.
Plug,
Well,
please,
for
plug.
all the hip hop heads, every Wednesday night at Bay Street Blues, every Wednesday night, starting at 9, we gonna have hip hop. We gonna be doing freestyles. We gonna have our first showcase December 7th, featuring Ready Made Rico or
that's
Rico
the guy.
Suave.
Yeah, yeah.
And then also Kuna Bear. You know that's French, Kuna Bear. So yeah, come fuck with us, man. Please and thank you, everybody. Fuck with us, yeah. Every Wednesday.
Every
Bay Street
Wednesday. I'm about to come out this Wednesday, see what's popping.
Yeah, man, we be killing it with the freestyle.
It's 9 o'clock, ain't it? 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. DJ Halftime in there showing his ass as always.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I love it. We are in the amazing and illustrious Agatha Christie room of King Oliver's Creole Jazz Bar, where we have Soigné Soul Lounge. So, man, these are the vibes, man. Love having you guys every week kicking it with us. We are, again, multicasting. So if you want to follow us, and we want you to follow us so we can spread even more, we still need some more love to be able to get to Instagram. We want to spread out to Instagram. We need you to like, share, and subscribe to wherever you're at. Wherever you're at, go hit us up. Clicked Up the podcast. CLIQU 'D. You know what I'm saying? No E's because we never on E. You know what I mean? So, Clicked Up the podcast. You like what I did there? Did you see what I did? Did you see what I did?
You funny
See what
as
I
a
did?
fuck. We never on.
We ever on E,
Never
man.
on E,
We
baby.
all the way up every time. What you mean?
Ah,
You know what I'm saying?
all the way up.
So, yeah, no, man, we really want you guys to show us some Insta love,
Come on,
IG love. Hit us up, Clicked Up, CLIQU,
please.
QU 'D UP. Check us out, man. We're the only ones Clicked Up the podcast, man. We really want y'all love so we can spread these vibes
Come on.
everywhere, man. We're on Twitch,
Yes,
YouTube,
yes, yes.
Facebook. You might be watching this from our Clicked Up page. You might be watching this from my personal page. You might be watching this from Spitfire's page. Wherever you're sitting, you are welcome to go to Clicked Up the podcast, hit that subscribe button, and follow us because we're gonna be live, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yes.
Some crazy stuff has always been happening, can't stop happening. What do you want to talk about, man?
Oh, me? What do I want?
What's been going on in your world? What's been going on? What have you been noticing? I'll just talk about this. I got you.
Oh, okay. I was about to.
We are definitely, younger black men trying to do something for the community, in the community,
Come on.
trying to give our black people an outlet,
Yep.
trying to give our black people a place to, party, be safe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Very
saying?
much so.
Create that vibe where you can seen, be heard, and be seen being seen. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So definitely trying to create those vibes. What kind of road speed bumps, road hazards on the path to trying to create your brand of that have you been seeing?
Thank you. This is a really great way to go. 'Cause
Okay, let's
I
go.
was almost leaning toward headed this way, but I feel as if to keep it 100% personal at the moment, I think one of the things that I'm probably dealing with is, and now hold up, I want to say this too before I even say this angle. It's not like I'm fixated on it, but I just have to understand the climate of the area I'm dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm not a part of any of these big cliques or any of these social groups or any of that nature out here. So I think that bit of distance is going to hinder me from like so-called having that huge acceptance until my wave comes and like the folks, because like, what I'm doing and way I see things ain't that cool in Savannah yet. There's heads waking up and there's people who acting like it, and a lot of us act like it. You get what I'm saying? And we talk like it, but it's not that accepted yet. So, therefore,
Give me an example. What do you mean?
what I'm saying is like, I feel like I'm coming from a very unbiased standpoint. What I'm saying is like, I want to see the culture grow. I want to see the city get on as a whole unit, and a lot of folks aren't looking past their fingertips. They doing like regardless. Like I'm gonna come. Like this is all example. Only reason I'm coming to your event is if my homie told me about it or my homie put me on. I'm not doing nothing that has anything to do with you because I don't know you. Like they didn't even listen to what came out your mouth because of that click factor, or they not listen, or they only hearing what's in their click. You get what I'm trying to say?
Oh yeah.
I feel like that separatism is one thing that is that I'm fighting as a whole. Those biases and those, like the only.
I mean, yeah, cats are clicking, but they're not clicking up. I'm sorry, I had to plug it.
For real, yeah, exactly.
So that's exactly one of the things that we wanted to do here at Clicked. The whole point of Clicked Up is everybody having their whole thing. Like I met, I've said this before. I met Henny, at a Soul Tribe event. You know what I mean? And then
Big shouts out to Soul
Tribe is that's the click while you playing. That's the click. So
I just can't wait for them to keep making noise, kick some doors.
Oh yeah, man,
down.
they are like they. We can do a whole. We can
kick some doors down and like
they
be
click.
on a billboard in the city. That's what. Cause see, that's one thing I'm waiting on. Well, see, I'm building what I could build as an individual and doing what I can do, but like. That's one reason I know that the health of the rap scene down there ain't hitting at all. Is like it's like because there's no clicks that you can name that's on top of that. Like, oh, they're doing it. You get what I'm saying to say? Like, I love, and I'm not shitting on nobody because I'm also
who that. What's the number?
912-755.
That's Rachel. Answer it.
So. It's like, and that's not to shit on them, It's just.
All right, man.
She outside. Cool beans. Go ahead.
So it's just to say, like,
You can put it on him.
For the push of things and things of that nature, it's like, if we like, I'm looking for somebody to say like, oh, they're doing it. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, also shouts out to Real Water No Tap, like he's somebody right now who I can look at and say he's doing it, because also when I went to his event for Conscious Night, you could tell those people were there for him. Whether he went to them and asked them to come, like physically said, hey, come, or whether they came on their own just accord, like, oh, I see this and I'm making a move, that means something. So like, yeah, that's what I would love to see keep growing from the city, those communities, those open.
But I think what you're saying kind of slick contradicts what you're saying.
I heard that in the end just there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So there's a problem where we only show up for us. So we have to be willing to cross-correlate audiences.
Hold up, and I think that's what I should have said in the end, is like the people who are getting those look-ats already, you gotta be willing enough. Well, hold up. No, I'm gonna take 2 steps back, and I'm gonna just speak about the tone and environment.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
See, I think it's a lot like there being nothing down here for rappers. Period. The moment they get any type of anything going for themselves, they start to try to hold on to it for dear life.
For sure.
Instead of understanding that we have to create the community for all us.
Somebody came in here way too fly. Really? Really? Okay. I don't know if y'all heard that. Y'all didn't hear. Don't worry about it. I heard what she said. Rachel's in the building for anybody else who, you know what I'm saying, the mix maker's in the building. Let's show that love before she even gets in here.
Come on.
So, so go ahead. You say you're going to take 2 steps back.
Nah, I was just thinking, like, my bad to say that statement again. I think that that's a fine line to bear, because I brought this up online and somebody asked me, I think, a question about it. It was like, what do you do if you're getting that attention? It's just at the same time, you got to be unbiased to really tell these folks, like, hey, you got to care about the scene. Like, it's not like dispersing the love from you, quote unquote, but it's just like, you got to acknowledge that you're not out here alone. I don't know the right way to word that, man.
No, I mean, you're doing it. So say the way it occurs you to say it.
Because you really got, like, I think that's the one thing that we just, like, that hinders us. No bias, pushing around the scene as a whole and saying, listen, Like folks shut up the moment they say, "Listen to me," and that's it. And the rest just is what it is after that.
So, yeah, I was gonna hook you up. No, you guess you got it. All right, cool. I was gonna help her out, but she independent. She don't need no nigga for nothing.
That's hilarious.
So my problem is it's definitely difficult. Because so many people, there are a few heads that are actually consistent. I'm blessed to say I know we are one of those heads.
Yeah.
That are maintain consistency. Phil, 400 Studios, maintain consistency. You maintain consistency. Who else am I thinking of? Definitely Soul Tribe again. They're getting a lot of love this episode.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Soul Tribe, is being consistent. So what I'm saying is, also your boy, Boom, mad consistent and got upward. He's going up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So DJ Boom definitely doing this thing. The thing for me is what I'm noticing is that is Cliqu'd?
No,
That's
this
Tune.
now.
That's Tune.
That's Tune now.
Okay, I did. I was like, I know that logo somewhere. I say all that to say, like, we're not cross correlating. We're not being the proper brand ambassadors.
Mm-hmm.
And to be a brand ambassador, you have to be able to be received very well in mixed rooms. You know what I mean? And like you were saying, there's a problem because I think that if I introduce you to my audience, I'm going to lose my audience to you. Or, if I introduce you to my clique, I'm going to lose my clique to you. So that's where individualism is problematic because I'm too worried about me. Instead of saying, yo, there is a mutualism that a mutual benefit to us dealing with each other. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so just like
Yes,
me.
yes, no, I agree.
Just like me, okay, just think about Henny. Henny has been doing his thing before I met him. I didn't know this kid. I just met him. And we are, in the same room. The background music is him. You know what I'm saying? But he's also, because he provides the music, but we've also provided the support for him. There's a mutual growth.
Functional relationships.
Thank you. But I think most people only see function as profit. If I'll come, like we were saying, if I'll come to your shit, if it's gonna garner me something, but I'm not coming to yours in some sort of. I don't even. It's not even. It doesn't even have to even be support. It just means, yo, I'm coming to your shit because your shit is dope.
See, now I think one of the things, the reason why the people get into that light of sharing audiences is because also a lot of folks down here, when it comes to events or it comes to things happening, being that there's not a lot of, I'll say it this way, being that down here, you have to get the knowledge yourself.
Oh yeah, for
There's nobody running down the game, nobody putting folks up on game, any side of that way you want to define it. So I said that to say, the moment they see somebody else doing something, they're a lot of times monkey see monkey doing, like, oh, I'm gonna do this too, or oh, I'm gonna do a variation of that. So they get scared because they know that, oh, if I break bread or share it, that it's the same thing, I'm gonna lose what I got. So that's something I think intimidates people too. Instead of saying, well, I run a hip hop night. You get what I'm saying? So if you exactly love hip hop or you want to see some freestyles, you come here. If you want to go see an exact open mic, you go there.
Right.
If you go such and such and such, you go there. Because that's what I need to get better at, but I want to make sure to do is like have a list of events. That's even why I did it on a Wednesday, because when hip hop night comes back, it'll be on a Tuesday. When Creatively Crafted and IC Port Savannah does their events, they're on Thursdays. You get what I'm saying? I knew of nothing, going on a hump day, so I called it the Hip Hop Hump Day. And I want to be able to get on that stage and be like, hey, you go here for this. You go, when we're done here, there's a karaoke night down the street. Go there if you want to do that. Or if you want to see, the Solange open mic this weekend, go there this weekend. that's what I want to be able to do for my people too, because I also, hold up, that's another thing we got to get through our heads, man. You're not gonna make $1 million off the 150,000 people in Savannah, yo. You're not gonna do it. You're not going to do it, yo.
Well, I think, of course, and you're not gonna, but you can build a base, and if we can build a base like like a coalition.
Yes.
If you can build a coalition of cats that go, yo, we got our own in-house, bartenders. We got our own in-house plugs for venue space. We got our own inside plugs for the type of evening that you want. So if you want a type of evening like, oh, you might want to come down here and be like, yo, I want to get on a hip hop night. I want to do an MC battle or something like that. I already could plug you in. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I want, people come in and go, I see it because a lot of, blessed be the name, Spitfire Poetry Group gets a lot of traction around the country. So I get a lot of people who are coming because I'm still an admin for the Spitfire page. I still get a lot of people who come in and the first thing they do is they hit Spitfire and go, what's going on in the community?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then because, shouts out to Marquise, shouts out to Soul Quest, they field a lot of that, and they point people. They literally, if I go to the inbox, they'll point the people in your direction. They'll point the people in that direction and say, well, this is popping, and this is popping, and this is popping. But that's just one couple of people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There's not a collective understanding that that's what we do. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, if you want to go to something, you a little younger, you want to turn up, then you might want to go see Boom, because Boom be having them events with that type of energy. I don't got to try to remake his model in order to take his audience.
No.
I could just turn you like, yo, man, my man Boom is doing, if you like that, or if you like a much more artistic, well-rounded event, I want you to go to not Creatively Crafted. I want you to go to, what else did he do? Not Creatively Crafted.
Sunday Supper. So
you're going to get a whole artistic experience. You feel me?
Ding, ding, ding. That's exactly what it is.
But we all have to be on the same page with that. That's the problem.
And that's what
it has to be like second, like, you know what I'm saying? Like second nature. It has to just, as soon as somebody says something to you, you go, oh yeah, I already know. Like, man, my man does that.
See, we have to
my
get
girl
out of
does
that mindset. We have a broken mindset. Like being like, I'll use myself as an example, right? I don't say I grew up poor. I say I grew up broke. Because there are folks who had to shower when it rained. That's a quote I heard, so looking at a certain point in time, a person asked me a question, and they asked me a set of questions, and when I answered all of them, she stepped back and she said, you answered money to all of these questions. So I had to reflect on what it did to me. So I would say that to say, all these folks, once again, around here are in that nothingness mindset. A lot of us are still like, it's urgent to every one person coming through that door. It might be the last person coming through the door.
Right.
So I got to hold on.
Right.
So instead of thinking that, oh, this is all growth, this is all just the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm.
If I use these tools, if I break bread with everybody, I keep my face clean, and I keep using all these tools at hand and breaking bread with everybody, we gonna blow. I'm gonna blow. They gonna blow. We gonna blow.
But you gotta have that mindset. But pause.
There you
pause,
go.
Pause 1 second. Mix maker.
I'm listening. I am processing.
No, she's not processing.
No, I am.
Okay, first of all, before you go in, you know what I'm saying? Congratulations, you made it tonight.
Yay!
You look fly as ever. I see what you did there. I'm not gonna say too much because your boyfriend's a hitter.
I look like a bad bitch.
You can say that. There you go.
I feel
but tonight is our first
hilarious.
night multicasting. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook, and we are live on Twitch.
I was wondering how this was gonna how. I just got done talking about it, and I told multiple people to watch.
Yeah, we are definitely right now live on multiple streams.
Well, that's lit.
So we're doing our thing.
Yes.
It was very simple, wasn't it, Henny? It was mad simple. Like,
it's always simple when Henny's here.
Come on,
really,
baby.
bro.
Come on, baby.
I still am sorry for you. Oh my God, B.
Did I bring up a past trauma?
You was here, remember?
Yeah, it was a little traumatic. I sat here and got drunk in silence.
Because we could not make, bro. Do you don't know how to understand how upset I was? Like, remember, I couldn't get this shit to work right.
Oh,
Yep.
damn.
Yep.
And
For
then
an hour.
for an
so
hour. For an
we-
hour, B.
We need you to.
Like, Henny, what? You can't skip a day. I'm sorry.
Shit.
Well.
For real. Like, we're gonna have to something's gonna have to give. We're gonna have to make some
I know
accommodation.
what that is, and I would love to meet about it off.
He gonna have to
air.
write an instruction sheet out.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's Mrs. Henny, and then we get it. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean,
Right.
Mrs. Henny runs the show.
That was hilarious.
Well, it's obvious if you ever met her. But you came from a very expensive event. You look fly. What happened? What happened?
It was cool. It's been a minute since I've been to one of those things.
A gala. It was a gala.
It was the Hispanic the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
Oh wow.
So
wow.
that was so lit. I was
Yes.
lucky enough to be invited as a guest.
Okay.
A VIP guest, so we got to. They had like a little VIP section before the event, and you could get lit.
You look lit.
I mean, I did okay. This is just my third drink of the night. So,
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I was chilling.
That's damn good.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm chilling. I feel good though. So
And it was a gala. I
What
know
was
them
in
drinks
it,
wasn't
though?
charging.
Yeah.
it was tequila.
Oh, come on.
Oh, so you in the house
Yeah,
already?
I was like, oh,
All day strong.
yeah, this is a wonderful evening. Yeah.
Come on.
Yes, this is wrapping up really nicely.
Yeah, it was nice. I left right before they started dancing.
Smart.
The party part,
Uh-huh.
which is cool. Like I knew a few people there already,
Church.
so that was nice. And I just kind of was analyzing.
You're one of those people that make the event look dope because of the way you came. Like that's one of the reasons why you probably got VIP. It was like, we're gonna look dope when, I mean,
Well, as a group, we all definitely were.
Also, it was a bunch of y'all.
Yeah, so I got invited from another organization, the Black Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, for sure.
So they had two tables.
Shouts out to them.
Yeah, it
Sure.
was. I believe they were representing the Black Chamber. I don't know, but either way, they invited us
you,
out. The
yeah.
people that are associated with that. So I don't know if that was a different group or not, but
Rachel is the only person I know that's full-blooded black and full-blooded indigenous same time. This is the blackest and most indigenous person I've ever met in my life.
Shit, man.
I'm just one thing, and she's more that thing than I am. I'm like 85% black.
Yeah,
She's like
not
100%.
85. No, yeah, that part. Yeah.
But it was dope though.
It was cool. It was really nice. I saw my my old Peruvian dance teacher.
Oh wow.
Which was really dope. She's been involved in the community heavily since the last time I've seen her. She was already super involved. So.
I think we should do that. I think that's
Peruvian
another
food
look for
slaps.
Click
Yeah.
Rappers to get.
Yes.
It does. I
Get
remember like she bless her heart, because I'm sure she remembers, but we would go to her house after school and she would cook a big ass meal and we would like dance in her living room until like 10 p.m. and she would drop everybody off.
Praise God.
And like we did this for like 3 years, so we got to see her family kind of grow in, we became really connected with them, so it was really fun. I was just talking to her daughter. I was like, remember when y'all moved into that new house and we like ding dong ditched all the neighbors? and your mom was so pissed because we were so tired. We did it until like 3 a.m. and we had to be up by 6.
Wow. Y'all call it a ding dong ditch?
Well,
what
I
y'all
say
call it?
I say that like, I mean, what?
Censoring it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wasn't the only one that called it the other
No,
thing.
yeah, no.
No,
Okay.
that's
All
the
right.
name.
I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Shouts out to
We
you,
just
Rachel.
had-
Shout out to you. Yes, sir.
You hit that censor button. And
Yeah. Yeah, well,
She
you
said
made
it so smooth.
multi-stream.
I was like, was it just me?
Yeah. Nah. I knew. Well, I didn't even consider it in the moment, but hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
Called it
but
that.
it was nice remembering them and seeing them. And yes,
dope.
I'm trying to work on that because do I really care that much? No. But should I? Maybe.
Maybe. A little bit. Sometimes.
Maybe.
You look fly. Maybe it's dope that you use fly language and fly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
be-
like ding dong ditch.
Yeah.
To be
So we also changed the little camera angles, try to make you look doper, try to make everybody
Cool.
look doper. See what I did there? See what we did there?
Yeah,
So
I'm
we're trying to
trusting the angle.
No, the angle is angling. Is the angle angling, Henny?
It's angling.
It's English.
It's angling is angling.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Shouts out to
You know what I'm
him,
saying?
man.
We try to
Yes.
grow up this thing.
I love that. I love the
Multi-stream
nice
podcast. You know what I'm saying? We YouTubing. You know what I'm saying?
YouTubing.
You know what I'm saying? I told you, y'all.
Yeah.
y'all.
But no, I was just
Boy.
analyzing y'all's conversation. I was just putting a lot of things in my mind because I did meet a couple of people that I think were
Mhm.
really interesting. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't usually go when I'm invited to those things,
Mhm.
but I went. So, you know, you meet people that
Yes,
kind
yes,
of
I
give you
do.
the information that you need and the time. So it was kind of one of those moments. And so I'm like, just, you know, now I'm thinking, like, do you have to pay for that sort of partnership? Because that was an exclusive event with a very small group of people, you know, and, you know, people that are specialized in whatever area they do. And you kind of had to pay to have access to that.
Nice.
So I'm thinking if, like, what is it about the scarcity mindset versus going to a room full of people that are willing to, I'm not sure how much the tickets were because I didn't have to pay. Again, I was invited. So I'm definitely, can we still say nigga?
We could never not say it. That's the question I was
I
asking.
had to get it out.
Okay.
Man, no, but on a side note, man, on a huge side note, the one bit of white privilege I get to invoke is saying cracker. So I be slapping that shit on at anything,
Yeah.
boy. So don't. So
We was talking
if
about
we gonna
you
sit-
this whole time. I did not know you was mixed.
yeah, rest in peace to my Dukes, man. She got.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Nah, man, no. We like it was a blessing to bury her, yo. Like, you know, like, nah, brother. You supposed to bury your parents.
Yeah.
Raise your kids the right way so they don't fucking crumble when they have to put you in that fucking hearse, yo. That's not how it's supposed to be. So I dialed it back to the point to say, her country ass, you know, I be having to remind myself she was a white woman. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because she just raised me to be a person.
Yeah.
First and foremost. But she always told me that ignorance wasn't born, it's taught.
Uh-huh.
So I dialed it back to say, yeah, man, I be wanting to slather that cracker shit on they so fast. You know, man, some cracker ass cracker shit, boy.
Yeah.
So, like, but nah. Cause also I find it so funny. People are tense up when you say nigga in a heartbeat, or like they're, or no, like also my white friends or like people I've been around. Like the moment I say cracker, they're tense up and they forget that I'm half white. But the moment I say nigga, it's just a breeze in the wind.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it don't mean shit. That's why I love invoking this shit. Cause also, side note before we get back to some real points and let you talk. That's the easiest way to make them stop saying nigga.
Yeah.
If you got a white person around you who's just so comfortable
Who
and they
just
think that
gotta
it's just
say it.
cool, what you do is, like, because I did it to somebody. It was like, yo, man, I was going through crack-ass Thunderbolt. They gave me a crack-ass ticket. That crack-ass cracker pulled me over talking about the cracker gun. Goddamn cracker told my speed. That crack-ass crack. I get to that crack-ass court. They hit me with the cracker fine of $275 crack-ass dollars. Boy, I laid that shit on thick on his ass. I never heard another nigga in my life, boy.
Since we're here in the room,
Wow.
might as well.
Man,
Jesus Christ.
Because you know why? He not finna go home and say to his mama, "What's up, my nigga?"
Mm-hmm.
He not finna use that on his daddy. He gonna come around you and try it because it's cool. There's some who was born in it.
That's right.
They were born in the projects, raised in the projects.
Yeah.
They still live, and their mama still live in the projects. That's all they connected to. So it's in their blood. But there's some folks who know good and well it's cool. So I'm gonna be cool with you because we cool. So let's
Nah.
be cool.
Nah, it is a point where you gotta go. and you're saying niggas have to look at me right there. Niggas, y'all have to like draw boundaries with your white ass friends, yo. Like he's cool or whatever, but you about to get your man set up for failure. He
Failure.
gonna come around the wrong
Failure.
cat talking about that. What's up, my nigga? And he don't get pieced up.
Failure, boy.
And then
The
he gonna be
great
looking
Chris
at
Rock
you
said
like-
it. The great Chris Rock said that shit, boy. He said your homies and your I just don't know, but that's what I tell him if I'm trying to be nice. That's what I tell him. I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna go crazy on you because we in my house, we in my environment, blah 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 blah. I'm just gonna communicate to you how I feel. But I want to warn you, there are a lot of people in this world who are not gonna hear your reference points. They not finna hear nothing you got to say. You gonna wake up from the pavement saying, "Oh, I just said what's up, my nigga," and then you gonna be wondering why you trying to say it funny because your teeth ain't right.
Right, you gonna be pawed up, like they'll put them paws on you, like yo. Everything about black culture is not for worldwide consumption. Like we think everything we do, the whole world. Like as soon as the black people make something, it's like the whole world.
That's only the ignorant folks.
And there's got to be some tact in the core when we say, nah, that's not how we rock. You know what I mean?
But that's just like
you wouldn't go to somebody, I wouldn't, whatever, racial slur they have for, like, I wouldn't just go around calling some Italian dude a wop or a dago or whatever.
But you know why
that would be wild.
But you know why you would never do it? Because it's not cool in any shape, way, form, or fashion.
For sure.
There's no, I don't know the right word to say it, but they don't do it to themselves. So therefore, there is known across. It's not.
Okay, I'll make it easier.
Yeah.
I will never call.
It's not.
And Rachel says this to me all the time. We be talking. Rachel calls herself a bitch all the time.
Great example. That's a perfect example.
I have never fixed my mouth to call her a bitch back. Like, yeah, you that bitch. I've never said that to you.
She just did it when she walked in.
She just did it.
I look like a bad bitch.
And then I said, I'll let you say that. This is exactly my words, right? I'm going to let you say that. You feel me? Because I know my boundaries. She don't got to tell it to me. I don't got to overstep my boundaries to be taught what they are. And there's a lot of people who only know boundaries once you've been pushed back.
Some boundaries you learn, some you can insinuate.
For sure.
Some you learn.
I think bitches and nigga are two things you can learn pretty fast.
If you're invited to do, go ahead.
Well, I hear it. But these kids think totally different. Like, more black kids are okay.
That's the brainwashing.
Well,
sure.
I agree.
And
that's the loss of identity. They don't even like.
But I look at it like this too, right? Because I just watched a video. Well, I'm recalling a video that I watched a while ago of these two Asian kids sitting at a restaurant, and it was a black guy sitting across from them, and they was like, "Nigga, give me that," no, like calling each other that, right? And he was like, "Well, ain't that about a bitch?" Because it's two Asian kids calling each other nigga. And they was in some sort of like Asian restaurant or whatever. I'm whatever.
Yep.
And so it made me think about it, right? Because I kind of get both things, right? I think about it like this: like Native Americans don't like to be called Indians, but they call each other Indians, right? When they're referring to each other. Even if they're trying,
it's in an ironic fashion.
Yes, even if it is to be like be a racial slur.
Yeah,
so they know it's derogatory too.
Yes, for sure. So it's interchangeable, right?
Yes.
Kind of like how when women call each other bitch, like it's either bitch or bitch. There's a difference,
right? For sure.
So I don't know. I'm not white people. If you got black friends and they let you say it, just understand that's what your black friends. Right. That's not a universal card. I saw a comedian, maybe it was a comedian, but somebody was like, we need to sell nigga cards. And you get a hole punch every time you say the word nigga, and a nigga around you got to hole punch the card. and you get the nigga pass, and then, if you don't have the nigga pass on you, then you get your ass whooped. If you run out of punches and you say it, you get your ass whooped.
And you gotta buy into the system.
You gotta buy into the. We gotta charge.
Gotta charge.
And I just thought that was so funny. I
love how Chappelle said it. Chappelle said that when we walked away from all the bullshit we had to deal with, the only thing we got in reality was the ability to play with race in that sense. But I mean, I stand on some serious shit that the realest motherfuckers I've been around never tried to say it.
Mhm.
Don't want to, don't know.
Don't care.
They
Yeah,
just
they nothing-
respect that they respect.
Yeah.
They respect it because it ain't that serious, yo.
But it's the
Yeah.
same thing with, again, my friendship
but
with
one
her.
thing, I want to side back to the point before I forget it because it just jumped back in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Immortal Technique, who's a Puerto Rican revolutionary rapper, said it himself. He was like, because I'm tired of cops calling me a spicking a nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's one thing I was going to say about the Asians and all that. They get called it too.
Mm-hmm.
When the moment these dumb crackers, ain't got shit else to say because they not intelligent enough to not get past that already. That's the first thing they'll do. Oh, you're a nigga. You're a sad nigga. You're a
Well, one thing
racist
is most island cats, even Hispanic ones, mostly are definitely some sort of delineation of African culture. Most Hispanic cats I know, especially Puerto Ricans, because where I came from, there's more Puerto Ricans than
But I
anything.
feel like if you don't identify as a nigga, you can't say nigga. Like if you're Hispanic and you get offended when people call you black,
And that's what I'm
then
saying.
you
Like
can't- I
most
don't
of
want to
the
hear that.
like most of the cats that I know, like when they be Puerto Rican, like I know one cat, my man Allen. I know one cat I was in the army with, Sergeant Harvey. Both Puerto Ricans. These was niggas, and they knew they was black. They, you know what I'm saying? When they was like, yeah, no, they understood their history. Like, it's like they understood. So when I meet most, that's why I say Puerto Ricans. When I meet most Puerto Ricans, they know. You know what I mean? And I think most Puerto Ricans do know, even if they deny it. You have to deny the knowledge. You can't deny absence of knowledge. If you don't know the thing, you can't deny it. And so I think there's a lot of people who know full and hell well what they are and go through a lot to deny it. But before we go too far,
yeah.
Henny, we have to do our plug. So, hi there.
grow up.
Let me switch it up. Switch up the music.
Switch up the music. Okay, so
Switch.
all right, check it out. We good?
Mhm.
All right. Hey, I'm Job English with Spitfire Poetry Group of Clicked Up Poetry. Clicked Up the podcast. We're gonna do this twice. Hey, I'm Job English of Clicked Up the podcast and Spitfire Poetry Group. We are having a lot of fun here at our podcast, Clicked Up the podcast. Man, it's always big fun over here. But we want to grow this thing, and we need you.
Yes, yes.
So what we need you to do is go ahead and go on our IG page, Clicked Up the podcast, CLIQU''D, and go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and so we can grow this thing because we are now a multi-stream podcast.
Yeah,
That means we are live right now on Twitch, we are live right now on YouTube, we are live right now on Facebook, but we want to grow. We want Instagram and we want TikTok, and we need you to get there. So if you see us anywhere, I want you to go ahead and hit that like button on Instagram, hit that like button on Facebook, wherever you are. I want you to hit that like button and grow this thing because we need you. And
You.
And in light of that, if you are one of those amazing people that after this event have clicked the like button, we have a free shot for you at our next Soigné Soul Lounge open mic, November 25th. So if you can just come to the door and show us where you've liked us on Instagram or TikTok.
Followed.
If you followed us, thank you, Henny.
There you go.
If you have followed us, you get a free shot coming on in.
Come on.
As always, ladies are free before 8. Soigné Soul Lounge, open mic. Get there November 25th.
Shout it.
514 MLK Boulevard at the amazing King Oliver's Creoles Jazz Lounge. Good? All right,
Very good.
let's go.
Nice.
Now we're going to go back to our regularly scheduled program. Also, you can see how we have advertising space now. We are able to put your brand where we stand. From where I sit, from when you click that thing you did to what I did.
Again with the rhymes.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a couple of things, man. So we would love to use our platform to expand your reach. And if you want to really expand your reach in the Savannah area, we are the coolest crew from here to the bayou. So I definitely want you guys to go ahead and take up some ad space. We have amazing ad space coming up very soon. Rachel, the mix maker, is spearheading that amazingness. We're going to have some funnels and some pathways to ATL
Come on.
via some amazing stuff going on. So it's your opportunity to get on the ground floor. We have some amazing packages coming soon. So you want to get you want to get in when the packages is low. You know what I mean?
You want to get in from the beginning.
You know what I mean? Because
Baby?
once we go up, it's all the way up.
It's all the way up.
You know what I
Baby?
mean? So, all right, let's go back. Let's go back.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Nice.
So so I think it's amazing. There is nuance in language, but there's also inclusion and there's barriers. And I think we play with that because, like you said, it's cool. It's oh my God, because Hispanic, Black, Indigenous culture is so dynamic.
Yes.
You know, like let's just be real. Like what you have to do. This is my perspective. What you have to do to find enjoyment in life from squalor, from trauma, from pain, from the depths. The thing that you have to do in order to experience joy is more explosive in our communities because we have so much to overcome to even to get into that place. So when you go to one of our parties be more lit. Their parties be more what you want to say, funded. But you know, you can go to any dive, you can go to any spot in the hood. Like what you were saying on the one show, you like to go to somebody's hood and go to their set and see how they throw their parties, because you know that's where the energy is at. That's where all these, whenever they put these festivals out, who do they have up there? Us, because we are the one. It's our fire that turns the thing into what it is.
I wanted to say too, something that I appreciated about her name is Miss Iris. She was my supposed to be salsa teacher, but she took us like from the Spanish teacher. Like after the school year was over with, we was still in her house dancing in the summertime. Like she put us in all type of shit. Like we don't know what the hell we was doing or where we was going.
Right.
We just knew we was gonna be around some Spanish speaking individuals,
Right.
and we were there to perform and have a good time.
Right.
But she took the time to tell us about the Afro-Peruvian community,
Come on.
and she explained that a lot of the dances that we were doing were traditional dances that expressed the experience of the Afro-Peruvian people when they were escaping their own oppression.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting to hear the stories of that. There were a lot of dances that there was one in particular called the Alcatraz, I think. And I'll never forget it because she said that she explained the symbolism, but basically you have like the guy that's dancing behind you has a candle that's lit, and he's trying to light the cloth on the back of your skirt. And the dances are so similar to the way that Black people dance. Like, and if the cloth catches on fire, the way you put it out is by shaking your body. But it's on the bottom of your skirt, so you really shaking your ass. But all of this is to tell a story. And I think that is so beautiful that she took the time to explain how similar our cultures were and how parallel, that it's not just African American people that struggled, but the darker you are, the deeper your root.
Well,
even in Asian, even in the Asian, the darker the Asian, the whole Palestinian,
Palestinian.
But yeah, it's interesting to even break it. Sorry, not to cut you off, but
no, go ahead.
To break it down in just shades of color.
Yeah.
No, I think like Carlos Santana, the guitarist, amazing. He said it. He said, what did he say? Spanish music is African music. Like you can't have Spanish music without African. And if you ever heard like samba music, if you ever heard African music, like traditional African music, you would think it was Spanish music. And the first time I heard it, I was like, why are they? And somebody say Hispanic told me, no. Most Spanish music is a derivative of African music. They brought that music to a lot of the indigenous cultures there, and it they just now you mix Black music with Spanish language and indigenous people, and you get a amazing swirl of something that is amazing.
Yes.
But the honesty is it's very much black based, African based.
Well, that goes back to the purposeful separation of things. Like how I was discussing with somebody, you know, a lot of the terms that are like names that we use to call people, like for instance, the Aztecs didn't call themselves Aztecs. So that's why, hold up, that's why the Mexicans call themselves Mexicans, is because that's what the Aztecs called themselves, if I'm not mistaken. So I dial it back to the point to say, like, so when that huge separatism comes into play, you know, it's, you know, it's just people make up their own meanings. You get what I'm saying? Oh, we created this. Oh, this came from Jive. Jive started this in a field one day randomly. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what I believe it goes to. But when, yes, everything comes from somewhere. You know, like they say, like nothing is 100% original. Like something either sparked that idea in you, or like something like, yeah, it was like something sparked the idea in you, or like you took an idea and morphed it or something. Like I can't remember the exact saying.
You know, I mean,
but nothing is like
the
pure.
Bible says there's no new thing under the sun. So you can just, you know, we can enjoy the variations that exist,
Yes.
and you know, but it's amazing to watch. Like if you ever been in the military, a lot of military customs, a lot of military warfare tactics come from the indigenous people.
Yep.
Because if you remember how they was fighting wars before, they would line up with each other and one line at another line and just see who break. But it was indigenous guerrilla warfare that
They
you know
changed
really
all that shit.
really embarrassed you know the quote unquote, you know, superior armies, because they were more fluid. And they had, you know, and their rank structure was much more adherent to talent and not, you know, who grew up from the richest family. So there was a lot of, you know, what they understood was just you know, I forget who it was. I think it was Benjamin Franklin. They had a superior structure as far as familial models, as far as how they regarded women. Indigenous people had much more, that they had so many problems. Like if you ever look at older pictures or depictions of what was happening at the time, they actually had watchtowers in white communities when they were colonizing, not to watch out for the indigenous people coming in. They were trying to keep people from defecting out. So much so that they made long hair on white people illegal, because it was showing that you were defecting to indigenous culture. And they were watching for white women running away because they were experiencing more freedom, more say, more respect in indigenous cultures, and white culture didn't have that. So you know what I'm saying? So it's amazing to see that a lot of the social gains that white women engaged in was because of their exposure to indigenous women. And I want what she get. How do the savages have more respect for their women than we do, the white people? You know what I'm saying? So now, what do you do to stop that? You got to give white people something. You got to give these women something, because they're going to defect. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the defecting didn't happen when, you know, they were, you know, oh, these indigenous people are trying to come in, because they already knew to lay out the land. They already had their lifestyle. I say all that to say that it's amazing how much indigenous cultures and how much Black African cultures have actually shaped the way white people see themselves. And they took those roots from us and said, no, we was always this. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we always respected our women more than you respected your women. That wasn't the truth. What you did was took the way we respected our women from us, respected your women that way, and it pushed a fucked up model onto us. Now we don't respect our women. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the mainstream. That's the mainstream lies again.
I will have to say too, I think it's a little deeper than that. There's an entire brainwashing of slavery that happened.
Of course, yes.
Because I don't think that the disrespect for women in our culture is made up. I think that is a true thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But I also think that you're right that it was shaped.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that that is a clue as to why white women started the feminist act, because although they had more resources, they still were not um, full citizens. Yes, but also yeah the merit of even having a woman, a wife, in white society, and even in indigenous cultures, having like access to women was a symbolism, like a status symbol.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like it's a little bit more shaping than that. There's other factors that come into, you know, that particular aspect. You said something that made me think about, the hair cutting. Sprite. The hair cutting. So there was a process. You know, in indigenous culture, hair is very important, and that's something that I realize in Black culture as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's some sort of sacred thing that is practiced in both cultures that go along with hair and the process of it, and what it means through each cycle of like gaining, growing, losing, all of those processes mean something. The hair change color, everything, even our men with long beard, all of these things are very important in our cultures, and I think that that's one of the things that they try to take away from you. I think about my grandmother. She was a part of I don't know what the proper term was, but I think at some point in maybe the 60s or so, whenever she was a child, I don't know when she was born. But the Catholic community, the Catholic Church, the Catholic, whatever, they, if you notice, a lot of the reservations have Catholic churches on them. And there was a process of indoctrination of the Native American children, where they captured these children, and I believe it went up until the 80s, and then there was the child welfare, the Native American Child Welfare Act that helped keep foster children in their community that were Native American. But basically, they would keep these children and they would put them in boarding schools. They would cut their hair. That was one of the first things they did.
Yeah.
And my grandmother went through this process and then ended up escaping at some point. But usually they targeted reservations, which is part of the reason why, the police is not allowed there, and which is weird that the Catholic Church is still there. But that speaks a lot about the indoctrination that happened with that society in general.
Oh, like you look at the South, man. Look at the South. You got people who won't question anything about religion at all. So so it's they'll use religion for any excuse whatsoever, especially to harm something.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's what's happening with Israel and them folks.
Yeah, sadly enough, it is. And because, once again, like, they'll use it to justify whatever it may be, but it won't be peace.
Well, really, I feel like it's territory, but I feel like religion is more provoking. They need people that are so indoctrinated by the religion to...
Well, because once you're indoctrinated, then you'll believe it. Well, it's... You're a believer, so we're the same now. So once we're the same God, same culture. So now we're brothers. You don't want to fight me, I'm your brother. We're both Catholics.
It's definitely used to subdue the stronger yet and more populous caste, but poorer caste. Because you gotta find a way. Like if all these people get awareness of their self. You know what I mean? Like, you remember the movie, what was it, Ants? What was that movie Ants?
Wow.
And they
Or
were like,
was it A Bug's Life?
no, it was ants because it was all the ants. It was like, yo, if these ants realize that there's more of them than us, then we're done.
That was A Bug's Life.
I swear to God, it was ants, yo.
Because there was ants in A Bug's Life too.
Was it ants too?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was Bugs Life.
It
What
was but it was Bug's Life
I
because
can't
the
argue.
grasshoppers was saying that when they was at the bar.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Was that a bug?
Yeah,
What
it
was
was Bugs Life.
ants?
Ants was a little bit more like, to me, adultish and more like militant, but similar vibe.
Similar vibes.
Yeah.
Similar
Similar vibe, similar animation.
So that's why I'm getting it.
and they came out right around the same time.
Okay, that's why I'm getting it mixed up.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah,
that was A Bug's Life because
It's
I
Bugs
remember
Life.
that part.
Okay, for sure. So yeah, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, thank you for straightening me up. But
I watch cartoons.
so do I. I got them all mixed up, and we drinking. But yeah, no. So it was when the upper class realized like, yo,
Yep.
our power comes from them
That's
creating our prestige, and once they realize that, if they realize what they were actually doing,
That's
we're in trouble.
the
You feel what
only-
I'm saying? So we have to subdue these indigenous people. We have to subdue these black people because if they understood how powerful they were as a unit, this is why me and Rachel be getting into it. This is why I don't mess with individualism, because it robs the idea of collectivism. Because and I was just talking to Henny about
No.
this. I'm not against individuality.
No.
There's a difference between individuality
I really
and
want to back
individualism.
what you're saying.
But go ahead.
So I feel like what makes a strong community is a bunch of individuals who are doing the best they can for themselves, but with the community at heart. Meaning is this: Rachel ain't worth nothing to the community if she just sitting around with a thumb in her butt, just a crackhead. You ain't worth shit to the community if you sitting around with. You may have
a thumb in your butt.
a thumb in your butt.
No.
thumb in your
He
butt.
walked away from that, and you tried to walk him into it.
No, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
I'm
that
not gonna be
first,
the
but I
only
was
one
gonna
to talk
add
about
something
butt.
to it.
Man,
Like,
it's gonna be
wait,
more
like, you
niggas
got
with
all the
thumbs.
money in the world, but you just got a thumb in your butt, not doing a damn
Pause.
thing. So I say that to say, like, you like.
I love that.
Because too many, that's also another thing that robs us these days is a lot of people be like, well, it ain't my problem, or, well, I'm not doing it, but they not stop it. So I say that, so I get back to the main point that I feel like that's what builds a community, because nobody is worth nothing to the community if you just sorry as fuck. So if you are able to build yourself up, but not shit on nobody else to get there, not play your own people, you don't have to profit off of your people to come up, yo. You can
But here's my. That's what I'm saying. I believe in individuality. Rachel learning her individualness, her individual
Yup.
strength, her individual purpose, when it's brought into the fold of community,
makes her an asset.
that makes
to
her an
us.
asset. But
Yes.
individualism has the self as the hierarchy.
Because it's I'm only going to give you what I feel like giving you.
So I'm only going to give you as much as it takes for you to exalt me above you. I'm going to show you how dope I am. Like, this is why we love celebrities, right? We set apart celebrities. Celebrities are this separate entity that almost, they're so dope they should get exceptional treatment. They should
So
get
what is the
exceptional
difference
accommodation.
between individualism and idolism?
Idolism is when you take something and you set it up. This is great. This is
deification.
yeah.
But
It's an extreme-
But
it's an
the way that
extreme.
you're explaining individualism is
It's definitely like, okay, like there's
it's like idolizing yourself.
yes,
Hold on, but
yes.
yes,
But I don't think that that's what individualism
but there's
is.
okay, so like if you look at
Because
what's,
most people that are individualistic don't care what other people think.
but that's a problem, don't you think?
No,
Because
I don't.
because I think if you're all honest, everybody
Yes,
cares
yes.
what somebody thinks.
well, hold on.
No, I don't.
Well, wait. There is a balance to that. No, you should not let anybody affect what you're doing on a mass scale, but at the same time, an outside opinion is what helps keep you sane. Because
Yeah, but I get what you're
some
saying.
folks are just justify they bullshit until they a crackhead.
But that's probably me though. That's what I'm trying to explain. It's just I just don't like crack. But like,
But hold on, but that's one of the points though. We have to be able to let go of our emotional ties to these ideas. And I'm not trying to jump this as like attack on you, Rachel. I'm just speaking on we all do that. Like, you know, if you bring up black or if you bring up male or female or if you bring up south or northern or whatever, just we want to hug and identify with, we are 9 out of 10 shut off all the understanding because we want to defend whatever we're defending because we hold ourselves to whatever that title is.
I feel like individualism, if you're practicing it, maybe what I am isn't that, but I do feel like I identify with individualism.
Are you in a healthy relationship?
Wait, let her go.
Because I am so committed to exploring and learning myself.
That's okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
And I am also committed to showing that in my life, which means that I have to make decisions for myself based on the way that I've learned myself. Which means that if it means sacrificing the community for myself, that's where I'm at right now. That doesn't mean I'm going to sleaze over people. But that means that I'm not going to choose to sacrifice for community before I choose to sacrifice for myself.
Well, that's
in this space, and I think that there is a process before you get to community. I think that sometimes you have to go through that before you can even be able to be a part of a community.
Yes.
And that's just kind of where, because it's like if you're not growing yourself, if you don't go through a phase of putting yourself first, right? Whether you're, and I think about people that are living difficult lives where they have to put other people before them. Like I think about Henny, right? He's going to have to put Annie before him, and soon Annie and the baby. Well, Annie and the baby now before him, right? That is community-based thinking, right? But if he has not had the time to at least explore his strengths in a selfish way.
I don't think that's selfishness.
But no. It is though, because selfishness is about choosing yourself above anyone else. So if you don't go through that phase of choosing yourself above anyone else, Henny had his way for a little while. That doesn't mean that this is all that he's going to explore. That doesn't mean that he doesn't need more time to individualize and all this other shit, right? But that just means that in this space right now, he's had the opportunity to find himself or a part of himself as an individual first.
I don't there's too many models of humanity and individual efforts that don't have selfishness as a working model, a part of it.
Well, I think selfishness is a tool.
Well,
It's a tool until it overtakes your life. But I think again, it's a phase that everyone has to go through.
I think you're making it. You're doing it like fatalism, like. It has to happen this way.
Wait, hold on.
But if it doesn't, it's going to, because what happens is when you go through traumatic experiences alone,
I got y'all.
Then you have to go through that.
I don't think that.
To agree with both parts though, but I think it's always
Henny,
about.
You are allowed to say stuff sometimes. We using your name. We speaking on you. You just over here like clicking buttons. Come on, Henny.
Dang. Clicking buttons. I'm moving through cameras.
He's working right now. He said, "Don't ask me to do any more."
Come on, man. I'm putting my input in.
Over here. What you want me to do?
So, I really believe I think like you might be caught up on the word job that she's just using.
No,
selfish. No, and I'm not saying to be exact. I'm just speaking on the terms right now, because. Like, and I'm gonna use myself as an example.
Do you know our last show? I was trying to like edit stuff, and you just kept doing that.
So
motherfucking gnats.
I was like, they're making dope ass points, and all I can see is shit. I'm like, how are you doing both things at the same time? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good. You good. It's like coming from being overly selfless, like so overly willing to give. I had to stop and understand that you must look at and meet your needs first. So I say that to say, yes, you have to be able to spend time with yourself, look inside yourself, because as I said earlier, I feel like that's the only thing that can make you an asset to the community.
Yeah.
If you're out here unhealed, unknowing, you just doing whatever because you think that's what it is, then, because one of the things I've always been scared of with marriage is that the old thing that used to happen in the movies. The family just be a family for 25 years, and then out of nowhere you come home and the wife be like, oh, I never lived my life. I'm tired of this. I want to be more than a mother. But because of a fucked up structure, she never got to go be selfish and wipe her own ass for 5 minutes. But that's because also, like, I take it back, we be volunteering for things thinking that's what we got to do. But hold up, that's why I say, if you're healed, if you found yourself and you know what role you are ready to play for the community, then come on out here in the field and play ball. But see also, cause see, what I feel like a lot of people do is a lot of people justify their bullshit, their selfishness, and shit on the community. You don't need to shit on nobody to do what you have to do for you.
And you can still choose and being selfish is not always a bad thing.
No, that's not at all.
I think it's a tool.
Because the purposeful martyr is just as wrong as the purposeful slave. So if me purposefully going and jumping on the stake for no reason and killing myself is just as wrong as me sitting here and enslaving myself to the community for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm not against individualism. I'm not saying that over community. I just think that a lot of people need to go through that process of individualism, and I say that because I like to look at human behavior, and I like to listen to lectures about human behavior. And one of the things that it talks about is that is one of the first stages, that when we're becoming self-aware, we realize, oh, I am an individual and I can cause things to happen around me. And this happens at some point between 2 and 4 years old, where we realize, like, I am not a part of this chair. I am sitting on the chair. Yeah. And you learn your space. And as a child, as a 2 to 4 year old, you probably start kicking shit, hitting shit. You might start cussing. You might start, because you're learning reactions. You're learning your cause and effect that you have on your environment. So you realize, like, oh shit. I watched a study where they had a group of 2 to 3 year olds, and they set up some contraption where if they move something out of the way, then they could pick up something. But their goal was to pick up the thing, but there was like a chair or something sitting on top of it. And some of the 2-year-olds didn't realize, like, oh, I can manipulate this thing and move it out the way to pick up this paper or whatever. So they were trying to pick up this paper and they couldn't. It was ripping. It was like fucking up. They couldn't do it because they didn't know that I can manipulate this to do this. And then you had some that was like, oh, okay, I'll just move this shit out the way. It has wheels. It can move. It's not going to do anything. And that process explained that to the scientists. They were trying to prove that unless you have a sense that you can move things around you, that you have a sense of self, and as a human, a sense of you're above the things around you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
it's just so interesting.
Yeah,
So that's why toddlers act like they run the fucking world, because they literally are like learning, I can do shit.
And that's the problem we deal with when you're a person who has done that structure in your life and took the time to understand, you'll be dealing with another individual who still don't understand that they are in control of their goddamn self. That everything in their life is happening to them and because of them. It ain't just, you just did not wake up in the morning and the world was sitting there waiting at your fucking footsteps to fuck you over. The world doesn't care about you that much. You are a piece of this world. You do have a position that is only built for you, but at the same time, if you fuck around and don't want to play it, the world ain't gonna do nothing but just let you look stupid and move right the fuck on. So yeah, I agree with all that, yo. Yeah, yo, you gotta learn that, yo. And I think that's that's why I tell people, make it a great day. Make it a great day, yo.
All right, we're gonna move on to another subject.
Please.
Real quick. I love
I hate getting into individualism debates with him.
I mean, because I'll just say this last thing. What she's describing, for me, is the difference between Christianity and Christendom. Right? Christianity was what Jesus Christ and the apostles practiced. Right? Christendom is what the papacy and Catholicism did in order to take over the world. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One was a radical movement in order to liberate people's souls and their lives, and one was used as a power structure in order to subjugate people to a rule. For me, individuality and individualism run those same tropes. Individuality is self-liberating, which you're talking about, learning yourself, learning your physical self, your spiritual self.
Yes.
Individualism is a dogma that people follow as almost like a religious thing in order to subjugate other people to their excellence. I need, you know what I mean? I'm this thing that is so great that I'm greater than the whole. I am this thing that's so great that I'm above this community. I'm above input, that you should idolize me. And I think when she was asking me the question, what's the difference between individualism and idolization? It's almost like it's a continuum, like the difference between socialism and communism. It's just one thing is more left than the other, but they run the same ideological stream. One just takes it a bit further. I think.
Okay, I gotta say this because I just looked up the Google definition.
Okay.
And it don't say none of that. It say the habit or principle of being independent and self-reliant. A society theory favoring freedom of action for individuals over collective or state control. Environment has been given to individualism, free enterprise, and the pursuit of profit.
Right. That, and what is individualism?
The
An extension of capitalism.
Well,
and I don't like capitalism, so
this is what I say to it, though.
So the idea that the self is the highest order.
According to the individualist, that's not what it says. It doesn't say that. It says those favoring freedom.
Yeah,
freedom. That doesn't mean that you put yourself above all. Those that have the habit or principle of being independent and self-reliant. That doesn't mean that
those are definitely.
No, it's not. I want to be independent and self-reliant. That doesn't mean that I want to be above anyone else.
But okay, so we can take the definition and then apply it and apply it in practice. And what does it? You know what I'm saying?
In practice, those people that are individualists are probably living on a farm somewhere.
But can I?
But they're not. They literally call themselves communist. I mean, communal. That's what. Not communist.
They probably call themselves
hippie communes. They're hippie communes. They live in communes. They live off the grid. They practice community.
They don't practice community anything.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. And within their own people, sure.
But that's a community.
But this is why it boils down to each his own. You get what I'm saying? For you, that individualism, or what you label individualism, works for you, and what you have to identify for you to get yourself to your goals and your healing. For you, Jive, the individualism isn't what you need. You get what I'm saying? To you, you hear it sparks a negative tone in your mind because of what you need to get to where you're trying to get to. So that's called the spectrum.
I mean,
it says according to the individualist, all values are human centered. The individual is the supreme importance in all.
I just said
Hold on. No. And all individuals are morally equal. Individualism places great value on self-reliance, on privacy, and on mutual respect.
Okay.
What is an individualism in society? Those that stress the needs of the individual over the group as a whole. In this type of culture, people are seen as independent and autonomous. Social behaviors tend to be dictated by the attitudes and preference of the individuals. They typically live in rural areas. these people are literally just like, I just want to be self-reliant. And I feel like I identify with that. I literally just want to, I want to live on a fucking farm
You've said that.
with my fucking goats,
You've said that.
with a chicken or two,
You've said that.
a cow,
I don't know about
because
that.
I saw a baby cow.
You saw a baby call. That's what
Yeah, and I want it. Okay. And a camel, because I'm going to be rich.
you go. You and a fucking camel.
So I want to ride my camel
You want to ride your?
Are you gonna?
through Savannah.
Are you gonna be in Africa with your camera?
No, I'm going to be in Savannah.
That
have a whole-
blows my mind when people do that to animals. They like, oh, I'm gonna go get a fucking rainforest bird and
I'm
put it in
gonna-
a cage in my house in Montana.
No,
and
I'm gonna
act
get
like
a
that's
camel.
okay. That's
No.
fucked up.
I'm gonna get a camel that has already been in a
raised,
zoo.
right.
Yeah, in a fucking zoo. I'm gonna have enough space for the camel. There's a camel that's used to human interaction and cannot survive in the wild.
That is hilarious.
I'm gonna
Look
get
at
that camel.
domesticated camel.
A domesticated camel already. I'm
baby-
not
I
trying
don't
to.
think I've ever said those words out loud. A
Yeah.
domesticated camel. Wow.
Yeah, so it's gonna be one that's already used to
like people and
people,
How to act.
That
not
is hilarious.
So we're moving on. Let's move on. Rachel has been harassing me lately.
Okay.
Baby cows.
Rachel knows she has been harassing me lately.
Yeah.
See how she said yeah? With these she'll give me like topics to like stuff we should be talking about here, and then don't let it wait till we get here. She'd be like,
That's hilarious.
so she'll just beat me up in my comment, not my comment section, but in the inbox, and she be giving me like, I'm at work now, and it's like it's a dissertation of information.
You can read it on your own time. You don't have to read it now.
I'm not gonna read it all now, but we're gonna give it for a basis.
But all that he blames me, but he actually starts it because he'll be up at 6 a.m. with a fucking video of some very triggering shit, and I'm like, now you want to start? Now here we are debating
It ain't even 9 in the morning.
the end of the world, and it's not even 9 a.m.
I mean, I gotta be up. So if I gotta be up, that's the homie. She gotta be up, fielding my bullshit. But she be hitting me with the long-windedness. I be like, she be like, nigga, if this is what you want, this is what you gonna get.
Because don't send me nothing. Don't send me nothing that you know I got something to say about. Like,
Do y'all send each other the triggering
We do.
extra ignorant triggering videos
Oh,
from
yeah.
the
Yeah.
YouTube? I had
Oh,
to
yeah.
Oh, side note, boy, I had to get away from that spear,
Yeah.
yo, because that shit is
But there's a respect
toxic.
that we have between each
No,
other.
y'all
that-
are doing it because y'all are talking and
Yeah,
blah, blah,
yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
speaking on me and my consumerism, and I'm just scrolling my page, and every
Yeah,
time
yeah.
I look up, it's some because it be the ignorantest motherfucker in the world. They be like, I only fuck with aliens because black people and white people are really homomorphic in, and I be like, bruh. And
It
then
do
they-
be sounding that ridiculous.
they do it, and you swipe up again, and it be some woman be like, all men are fucking rapists. I be like, dude, I be like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? Well, I know I ain't never motherfucking took no pussy. And then scroll again, and it be some dude up there like, oh yeah, women ain't shit, and my mama ain't shit, and her grandma ain't shit, and then I be like,
Yeah, I'll be seeing them dudes be like, how you think you got here? Because your mama was a hoe? My mama was a hoe. Everybody mamas was hoes. How you think you got here? You think your mama was a child of God?
Hey.
And she,
side note though.
What my mama? Hold on. What my mama said to you when you left my house and you asked something? My mama was like, all my kids come from the same daddy.
yeah, she did. She was not gonna let me leave that house, but thinking that she had like nigga shit going on in her.
Multiple baby
She's
daddies.
like, they ain't no nigga shit in my vagina.
No.
Like,
First of all,
Oh, man,
let's clear that up.
My
I was
dukes is
like,
like-
unsolicited, by the way, all
Right,
from
like,
the same man.
I was just like, all I said was, when your brother walked in, because I had never met her brother.
Yeah.
I said, when her brother walked in, I said, I knew that was your brother because
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
got the same eyes.
yeah.
That's all I said.
Mm-hmm.
And she had to let me further know. Like, by the way.
They got the same
They
eyes.
got
They
the
got
same
the
but you know
same
why
daddy.
though? Because she comes from a time. How old is your mother?
Her mother ain't that old.
She
She ain't that
50.
older than me. Yeah.
50, like I
50,
want to say
51,
51 or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, she was born in the 70s.
she was
Yeah.
born in
They-
79, I think.
79. Whoa, goddamn.
Yeah.
My
She,
bad-
nah,
my
she
dad
wasn't on
is-
no 79. She
No,
she's
it
70.
can't.
No, she was
I
born in
gonna say, 8 years
72.
older than your
She was
mama.
born in 72.
Okay,
72.
she's a year older than my brother.
Yeah, she was born in
Okay.
72.
So she's 51, 52.
Yeah, my mama had me when she was 19.
Young. Okay, I was
Yeah.
waiting. I was going to say, my parents, yeah. Whew, I was like, I'm not
Yeah,
8
but-
years older than younger than your mama. I'm going to say, I'm
You
not
probably, what, you 10 years?
No, she was born in 72.
Yeah.
70, yeah, I'm 15 years
Okay.
older than your mama. Yeah.
When was you born? 87?
87.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm born in 80.
Okay,
80's
you
baby
mathing.
born. You know what I'm saying?
My
I
bro-
did do that, didn't I? I
Yeah,
was
you
It
surprised.
just shook me up because my daddy was born in 59
Mm-hmm.
and my mom was born in like 63. That's the only reason why that
My
shook
daddy
me
was
up.
born in. My mother and my daddy was 57 and 58.
So, but like coming up through the 80s and shit, it still wasn't cool to be a single mother. It still wasn't looked on to
Oh,
be
yeah.
loose with the loving. Now, everybody was doing their thing in the 80s and 90s, but I'm just saying, like, you know, there was still shame back
Yeah, you still
then.
had to like attempt to hide it. Like,
Well, you had to, like, everybody was not, but there was like, there was not an air of, oh, we all don't give a fuck. Oh, you don't give a fuck it. That's what happened. Then fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. Nah, back then, there was still motherfuckers looking at you stupid when you said stupid shit out your face. Like, hey, I got 85 kids. And niggas be like, huh?
Why?
Niggas be like, what?
you know what I've been. You know what? This is the crazy thing in this culture now. I could say I got 4 kids, 3 baby mamas. I can say that.
And it's
That
just
does,
cool. It's
that
just,
doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't even shock people. It's like,
Nope.
oh, okay.
yeah.
You know what shocks them, especially women, is when I say I raised them.
Single.
Oh, yeah.
And the crazy thing is that's the turn off. If I told you I have 4 kids with 3 baby mamas, and I just live by myself, for a lot of these women, those kids don't even exist. That's just
Yes.
it's superfluous information. But if I was like, oh, but those kids are in my house and they're part of my financial responsibility, nah, I'm not with that.
You know what? I even had a woman. It was at like
And they be having kids.
But I feel like it has less to do with the kids being with you and more to do with the fact that the assumption society is that the kids are with their mother,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
that's because
the-
we in the South, baby.
Yeah, so like most southern states will
Don't give a
put
fuck.
your children with the mother, even if the mother isn't making as much money as the daddy.
Or she could be
she's-
proven to be horrible.
If she's at least keeping a job, they
That
will
bitch
put
getting
all her kids
Mhm.
with her. So the fact that you have your children means or says to women that are thinking that he may have, and I don't want to say no fucked up shit, okay, but I'm just saying what the fuck motherfuckers like me might be thinking. He probably got some incompetent baby mamas and baby mama drama.
Hmm.
And I don't want to have to fight no bitches over a nigga that got 4 kids. That's what the fuck women is thinking. It's not the fact that you taking care of your kids, because women love that men take care of their kids.
So why,
It's the drama behind it.
if that's the reality,
But that's
well,
an
no.
assumption.
I
though.
was gonna-
and I'll accept that.
No. I mean, you ask. I would ask.
No. I mean, yeah. I mean, I
But
support what you're saying.
genuinely, that's the first thing that I would be. If I didn't know you, that's the first thing that I would be thinking if a nigga was like, "Oh yeah, I got all my kids." If I know that Georgia law instantly makes the mother the primary caretaker of the child,
Which is
then that means that you had to go through a court system to get custody of your children,
Which I
which
did.
means that the mother either agreed you can have my kids, or the judge was like, bitch, you can't have these kids, which means that she probably got some issues, and we know women with issues that come with problems. And if a bitch is trying to date, she ain't trying to have no problems right now.
that don't justify it, but I mean, I get it.
No,
But
I get it. Yeah,
it
yeah,
don't,
yeah,
it
I
don't
get it.
justify
No,
it,
I
but
get
that's
it.
what it is. Like, you know
I
what
ain't
I'm
got no
saying?
argument for that.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
ain't got no argument for it.
Motherfuckers can choose what they want. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
It's
I can
like
attest
that.
to that coming. Like, I have no kids, so if I'm finna sit here and sign up to be dealing with children, then it needs to be a scenario that I want to sign up
Yeah,
for.
it needs to
So
be like the baby daddy cool.
why
he
would I
ain't
purposely
tripping,
put
yeah.
myself into sign up for some bullshit? That
Yeah.
don't. That
Okay, so
don't
then
sound
my
right.
question is, all right, good, all right. So there are people, and I've dated women who don't have kids, or in some cases I've attempted to, and it didn't get past the dating phase because they didn't see themselves with somebody with kids, and hands up, they weren't assholes about it. They were just like, no, and I'm like, oh no, I get it, it's cool, and we're still cool to this day. I get it, but there's an assumption that some women have that a real man is going to do that. A real man is going to accept you and your kids. And if he doesn't, then he's not a real man.
Yeah.
Man.
Like,
Yeah.
Hold up. But see, that is the biggest crock of shit. That's another thing I'm tired of scrolling and hearing. When will men start doing the opposite of that? You know what? They're not. Because a real man, they ain't finna sit there and put up no post. Oh, a real woman ain't got 6 baby daddies. A real woman don't, cares about what she eats. A real woman, no, because that shit is stupid. People are gonna be people like that. That is a triggering statement for me.
Well, I feel like what they're saying is if you're stepping to a woman that have children, then what the fuck you think is gonna happen? You gonna be fucking with them kids. What happens a lot of times, women are not saying if you don't choose to fuck with them because they have kids that you're fucked up. No, you have your choice. It's when they have children, they've already expressed they have children, you choose to fuck with them, but then you choose to fuck with the woman, but then you act like the children is a problem. Because what a lot of men don't know, or a lot of men are not admitting, is that a lot of men make the children the problem. And that's the issue with a lot of women that have children.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I want you to expound on that.
I got an extremely specific. No. Let me ask this though.
Okay.
This is what I've got to say because it's an extremely specific question.
Okay.
Do you mean as if, you just got kids and I'm just going, I knew it already. I've been dating you for months and I know you got kids, but now magically I'm just going to act like that's a problem? Or are you saying, or is it a scenario like I've been dating you for months, we're on that level now, I meet your kids, I see your kids ain't shit. Your kids are hellions. Not just a normal, okay, now this is the new list of things on there. Kids is on there. No, it's a, what the fuck am I gonna do to get these kids some discipline? And I might not be ready to sign up for this for this whole list of burdens now that is at my feet that I didn't even know existed.
I feel like that's different but valid, because if you got some badass kids and you got a man that's trying to be there for them badass kids, and he not abusive, but he trying to add some discipline, then you need to let that man add some discipline. That's just what the fuck that is. Because them kids need a daddy. And I say that because children need masculine energy, right? Whenever my dad would go away for a while, he was in the military, we would lose our shit after a couple months. You know what I'm saying? As kids, I remember one time we was just jumping on the couches. For what? I don't remember. No reason. Music loud. My mama at work. We just jumping around on the couch.
Because that looseness
my
is
daddy,
there.
yes.
Because you don't have the checks and the balances at play. So
if my daddy was there, we would not be jumping on the couch. So I say that to say that that is a different scenario from what I'm describing.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to validate the bullshit.
What I'm describing is women that initially are saying before they meet any man, like let's say it's just a Facebook post.
Yes.
And they're like, when you date me, I come with children, right? Because what happens a lot in that first scenario is that men will date women with children, but then act like they don't understand that they're dating a woman with children. So you have men that, I mean, I've ran into enough men that will even, say, oh, you don't have children, great, so you got free time. No, the fuck I don't. But the assumption is that a woman with children doesn't have much time, which is true. True. If you're a woman raising your children, you don't have much time. But I know women with children that got a lot of time. You see?
Yeah.
So it just depends on your scenario.
I got you.
So with that being said, when we're initially saying that, we're not saying that when you come with us, you know, when you fucking with us, you gotta buy my kids all this type of shit. No. We're just saying understand and respect my time. Now, if a woman says that, then that's just what the fuck she means. But most women with children are not saying whatever the fuck is being described. And usually if they are saying that, it's after time is spent. It's after they're ready to go to the next level and they want to see how you're going to operate around their children, of which is valid.
I got two huge points I want to bring up right fast. One thing is, I think those people who do that to women are the same opposite of the women that meet a man who smoke weed and then magically think he's just gonna stop smoking weed on next Thursday because that's what you thinking in your head. But on the other end of it, where was I going with that? I think that one thing that needs to be understood across the board, like to move off of that, but to use that, is that we're dealing with the opposite of what y'all are dealing with too. You know, for all that shit, for every dude out there that acts like a woman, got kids, such, there's the woman out there who's playing crazy like her kids don't mean nothing. Like it's just supposed to be okay. Like I'm just supposed to. So I just want to say that that's something I see that also makes me back so far away from a lot of those posters, stuff like that, is because those people who are hurt by those extremes are not realizing that's an extreme. When you're dealing with a real adult understands you have circumstances. You have priorities of your own that I have to put up with. So that's something else that I feel like needs to be installed back into our brains, is like that bit of like a refresh button almost.
I think people have complexities, and I think we argue the extremes and ignore like the nuance.
Yes.
So there's like, you know, like again, I've dated women who have been exactly what you said that men did. Like, and I get it. I'm an anomaly or whatever. Like, oh, he raised his kids. He actually had them in the house. That's different. But it shows you that it's a human condition, because I've heard the same exact things come from women. I'm not dealing with. I don't have baby mama drama. I don't have those issues. I mean, we're two separate individuals and we both have children together, so there's going to be some back and forth at some point. That's just humans, right?
Yeah.
But the idea that, you know, somehow I'm less valid, or I'm less of a capable adult because I take care of my kids. When I hear women go through that, I definitely identify, but I also understand that nobody owes me dealing with my kids.
No.
At all. At any point of this relationship, when you say, you know what, this is a little bit too much for me, I gotta go, I don't hold that grudge, but I also don't think that men have the expectation that a woman is going to show up in that light. I think there's a lot of expectation that women have of men that once they don't live up to that expectation, there's a letdown factor. So there's a lot of women who say, I'm an individual, I don't need a man, not because they're coming from some place of personal growth or personal exploration. It's, I've been socialized to understand that this is how a man was supposed to show up. He didn't, and I had to go do this thing because of the deficit of men, right? So if I have to go clean up my kitchen, and this is honest, I have kids in my house. If they dirtied up the kitchen and I gotta go clean it, I'm doing it with a pissed off attitude because I expected you to clean up after you, and you didn't. A lot of women who go out and become very multifaceted, very accomplished women do it with a little chip on their shoulder because a man was supposed to do something. And I had to find my competence because of your incompetence.
Well, because what happens is it's hard for women like that to date. That's what happens. Because when you run into a single mother, because I'm just gonna put this out there.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna.
You about to walk into it a little bit.
I'm just gonna say from the basis of it, right? From just the circle. The square that I'm a part of, the triangle. I don't know. There's no squares in my circle, so I'm a circle. I'm in a circle.
You about to make people get nauseous. The circle with the square with
the circle with the
parallelogram
square,
and
the
the
triangle, the Venn diagram.
right. Like get somebody a seizure.
I'm just thinking about personal scenarios, right? And okay, boom, you have a woman that's with a man.
Yep.
Usually women that and I'm not saying that fuck friends don't end up getting each other pregnant and shit and all that, whatever.
I literally just heard a story about that, but go ahead.
But
Boy,
no,
I
me
got
too,
a great one for
because
that.
I know a couple. Like I also got some acquaintances that were like,
Matter of fact, you told me the story.
yeah, that was like, shit, we got pregnant. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they were friends. They were friends that were fucking, and they make the shit work. Like they're not together, but they also don't argue. And I'm like, that's a perfect scenario for a modern day bitch. Like that works perfectly fine for y'all. But you know, in most cases, right? Most women go into relationships and have children with men, assuming that there is a familial thing to come out of it, whether it is delusion or whether it is something that the man thought and thought he believed in too, and it just didn't happen because of whatever. So women are having these children with the intent of growing this with a man.
I do believe that.
And when you don't do that with a man, now you have to configure your whole plan, because there are also a lot of things that women do in that process. When you're having children with a man, it's really, really hard to have a steady career, especially, and this is why planning children is important for women. So if you don't plan the children at the right time with the right man, it can set you back years. Years.
Yeah, for sure.
So imagine having multiple children with the same man and never getting married, which is true for a lot of women.
I know a woman that has 6 kids by one guy and
Never got married.
never got married.
So now you're years behind. And that's something that I don't think men really necessarily have to relate to, because men in the workforce, for whatever reason, it just works better for y'all than it does for women. Not to say that women can't get jobs, but even in the same equal jobs, we're not getting paid exactly the same. Fuck the fact that it's 12% less, because the 12% apparently shouldn't matter. It's the fact that it's less in general. But hold on. Let me finish.
Please,
All that to say, the wage gap, right? The wage gap.
Okay. That's
So if you and I work for the same company holding the same job, the company would pay me less because the expectation is that I'm a woman. I would possibly get pregnant, which means that I would need time off, which means that my insurance is going to cost more, which means that I should get paid less.
No.
So that's where the wage gap comes in when companies hire men versus women. Okay. So if a company is hiring more women, it's because it costs them less to hire more women. With that being said, all that to say, there that has to be recognized, and I think that's why women come in with the fact that, like, listen, I got this shit. I have to do some shit at the expense that a man didn't do what he said he was gonna do, and I do have a chip on my shoulder because a man that looked just like you just told me that he was down for me, my kids, and my problems, and I sacrificed my time, my money to be there for this man. But when I asked for the same, it wasn't met with the same effort that I put in, or wasn't met with the same spirit that I put in. Because see, that matters too. Because I had this conversation a few times with men that I've dated. It's different when you show up and support me with a smile versus when you show up with an attitude. I'd much rather you stay home if you got an attitude supporting me, because when I come to your shit, I'm the loudest in the room.
So
I got a
go ahead, brother.
So my thing is, like, this is what I want to say. It's a question. So all right. So when she's done with that experience and we're coming to meet, is it my burden to deal with? Do I have to take the reign of that chip?
It depends.
Or is she responsible for healing that?
It depends. It's both.
Because my main question is this: is she a victim of that scenario?
It's a little bit of both, because while she can recognize that trauma, and this is what I've had to learn just in my own ability of having to recognize and be there for someone else's trauma, right? It's
Yeah.
hard to be patient,
Well, see,
and it's hard to understand. Like,
yes.
you know what I mean? It's hard.
Well,
but
this is-
then when you get in that specific scenario, right? It's important for the man to understand and think and really mean if he's gonna be there or not. And it's okay to dip out.
Well, that comes with, see, one thing I feel like, and I'm going to take one step back, is I feel like we have an issue with venting our partners, with really
Yeah.
taking sex seriously.
Yes. Yes.
So that's why, like, with this, one of my issues with hearing this is like, in that scenario, the woman isn't a victim.
No, not
No,
at
hold
all.
on, I know you're not saying that. I'm
Yeah.
speaking on. Hold on, I'm speaking on walls I had to break through in my mindset. Because
Yeah.
coming up, like listening to shit I always seen and I always heard about, I was taught like, well, in my mind, I always assumed like a woman was a victim in that mindset. Oh,
Yeah.
that happened to her.
Yeah.
And then I got older, and then I realized everybody just having babies on accident.
Yeah.
So, I dial it back because you said something a second ago. Plan the pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
Too many of us are here because of a oops.
Oops.
And
And that's why we had to struggle, because our parents weren't prepared.
so I see, like, I also had to remove all of that out of my mindset of to just let it be an individualistic thing. So,
Let me answer your question real quick.
please.
I do believe that when you decide to be with a woman that has children and you realize that the waters are deeper than what you anticipated, that is an appropriate time to decide if you want to be there for the long haul. That's for anybody with children, right? Because before I was with my partner doesn't have children, but I was open to dating a man with children depending on the circumstances.
Yep.
Because
I get it.
there's a lot of different things that go into that, right? So it's like, if at any point in time I did date a man with children briefly, and the issue actually wasn't the children, but that was something that was brought up, and it was very open to be like, hey, if my kids or my involvement with children ever become an issue, let me know. If a woman is already standoffish about that shit, that's not anything to pursue. And that's the same thing
Come
with a
on,
man.
Come on.
You know, so it's a lot of times you have women and men that have sex with people and think that sex is what seals the deal. But we are in a society that we know that sex is fluid now. And so that's something that should be brought up from the beginning. Like, you say those
Keyword, it
things, you
should.
should say, I'm married, I have children, I got whatever. All the things that need to be said
Yes,
need
it
to be said.
should
And
be
so,
said.
yes, so that the other person knows, okay, boom, this person's married. So we creeping and cheating. That's what we doing.
Man, but
And you make that decision. Or this person got children, so I gotta be flexible.
see, and that's the key words right there. People either denying the true circumstances,
Yeah.
ignoring the circumstances, because that's two different things. To ignore means you understand, you get it. The other one, deny. Well, hold up. So deny means that you know what's going on and you purposely doing it. To ignore, you know, you're not even asking. In my mind, you didn't even ask what was going on. You just blowed in the end, wondering why. So,
yeah.
Yeah, that because that's man. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But of course, man. But that goes back to what I just said, though. I feel like a lot of people aren't doing the due diligence to really make sure that this person that they just like is gonna really be a scenario that you want to go for the long haul with. Because like I love listening to these videos from Reddit, and a lot of times, like when the dude's breaking down the story, the person in the story didn't even they'll be dealing with some wild shit. I'm sorry, there you go. I'll just say like they'll be dealing with some wild shit, and they be acting like they had no idea beforehand. And it's just, you know, it's just proof in the pudding that these people didn't communicate, they didn't look, they didn't ask.
Y'all was just fucking
Hard.
Yeah.
What Bernie Mac said? Fucking hard. You know, fucking, you know, living good living. You know what I mean?
Y'all just was being very irresponsible. Yeah. it's insane. I don't know.
I've heard somebody say that, man. They was like, oh, they had been married like several times, like 2 times beforehand. And I was just sitting there wilding like, dude, like, you are just like, man, you need, or like, no, here goes in the scenario, right? I had met this chick. We started fucking, and then we started dating and stuff. And she's going to tell me about how she's talking about how she had got pregnant and married this dude. And she's basically saying that they were raw fucking because he was a soldier. She's like, oh yeah, he's a soldier. You know, they get tested. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just sitting there.
We do. That
okay. Well, okay.
So,
now that is important for women. I'm not gonna knock it.
No, but that ain't the point. Where's your fucking self-respect at? You didn't know this nigga from a can of paint, and you
she just met this random.
Yeah, you letting this man, you know, ain't no raincoat at the party because of his job.
Okay, so let me ask you this. When you having sex with a woman, do you, the first time, are you wrapped up or not?
Well, hold on. My point being of this conversation is you're sitting here and like, I'm sorry, like it was just the fact of you're admitting all these stupid ass circumstances of how you ended up pregnant from a motherfucker that y'all like. She made a statement like the motherfucker, like they was at an island parade or something like that of like islanders, and he's like talking about how he fits in, and they like he was Dominican and she's Puerto Rican. Like the nigga, like you fucking with somebody that you don't even know is stupid enough that they don't even know they're a fucking islander. So I dialed it back to the point to say, if I'm raw, I'm raw. You get what I'm saying? If we grown, we grown. And if I'm choosing to jump off the headboard, I did that. But it's like it's for me and my personally, I know how serious I take that shit. You get what I'm trying to say? So
I guess I just feel like this. Like
I just. Yeah.
I'm not saying.
I'm sorry, but no, I just hold up. But I just say like the person was mouthing it off like they were justifying it was cool because they was a soldier, and in my mind that is just mind-blowingly stupid.
It's definitely irresponsible. It's definitely
where was the self-respect in my mind?
I could say sure, but I don't think having raw sex with a stranger is necessarily like a lack of self-respect. I think that's just preference. Like some people just like that shit because we don't say the same thing for men that have sex with women for the first time raw.
No, I'm speaking
So
of, hold
it's
on, like,
like-
if a dude said that scenario to me, and I'm speaking on that scenario, like, yeah, I met her and she was a soldier in the Navy, so I raw dog that bitch.
Men
Yeah.
raw dog women for less. Like when men.
Hold on, I get it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying like that. If a person told me that
You
scenario
would
out there,
still
now,
say that.
I'ma look at you like you stupid as
Yeah.
fuck. Like,
yeah, I feel like the action as a whole is like a lack of self-respect for
now,
sure.
Grant, now, have I ran across the rainbow ass naked with no protection? Yes, I have dove head first.
But
in.
you also agree that was stupid.
But yes,
Yeah.
I knew it was dumb as fuck. I was
Okay.
sitting there hoping and praying, like waiting, wait, I'm gonna call in 30 days and make sure.
Okay. So let me ask you this: how many? Because this is something that I didn't even think that people process. But let's say you having sex with the same person.
Yep.
Let's say this is like the second or third time.
Yep.
When are you raw? Like, if let's say you have protected sex the first time.
If I
When
can't,
are you
hold on.
raw dogging? How many? Like after second, third, first, second, third, fourth.
Wait. There's a wait because it's a process. Hold on. This is like if I just met you and we just fucking, like I might not never take the rubber off.
Okay.
If I'm just fucking you because 9 out of 10 I don't trust you like that, or like it might be an ignorant. I don't know, man. I can't say that because like that's just that's a lot of ignorance involved in that. So if it comes off, it's gonna be like a lot of praying involved. but at the same time, I'm not gonna be that stupid and ever dumping you like that.
No.
My
Okay.
man, the dump in you.
Yeah.
Or sorry, or come inside of the vagina.
That's why I said, okay.
Or come-
You got shocked too? You got shocked?
Yeah. I was
I'll
like,
keep it like this. I'm not gonna shoot up the club every time and
Yeah.
then
Okay,
wonder
that's the term I use. I use.
and wonder why I gotta do life.
shooting the club up is still very, very graphic. Why can't it be? I mean, God, Lee, you guys are in something very magical. Why can't it be like I'm not.
You know why? You know why? You know why? You know
I'm
why?
not gonna feel the
I
basket
ain't gonna
up.
hold you.
I mean,
Because for us, for you, it's magical. For us,
It's a lot
No,
of work.
it's-
that
it's
shit is
not.
a lot of
It's-
work. It is a
it's
it's
not.
a lot of work. It's a lot of like, to be straight up. It's a lot of aggression.
Do that
on
challenge.
The, on the
Do
yeah,
the
you saw the
I,
sa-
hold
you
on,
saw
no,
the
I
challenge.
got you.
Yeah, you
Do
saw
the challenge. You go home and you lay him on his back and you put in every work until the work is done.
I do that.
Okay, y'all into something nasty.
Here go the lies. Here go the lies.
We can.
I believe you because you got that look in your eye. So I'm not
Alright.
gonna
I
challenge
mean,
that. I'm not gonna
that's
challenge
not-
that. But that was the
But
raw shit I seen online. The dude had her. He was like, "You think it's funny? Get up there." She started acting like she humping and shit, and she stopped after 30 seconds. And he was like, "What you doing? I ain't come yet." He was like, so she was just up there looking crazy, and that's what I say. Like, so
But a lot of women. So women don't ride anymore.
you gotta instruct the
Y'all
motherfucker. You
always
gotta
be
be
like,
like,
"My
"Hey,
thighs
on top."
hurt."
On the side, hey, like, yeah, you gotta treat the pussy like it's not your friend. You gotta, like, that's the saying, like, that's what you don't get it.
No, that's true. That
That's
I
the, that's
get
like,
it.
being a
I get it. I
dude is
don't.
different, yo.
I get it because it's true. Like we're not gonna get too into detail.
Yeah,
But you know,
but you gotta,
we
yeah.
not friends. That's not what this is.
No.
No. We're not.
So, yeah.
In that moment, we're not friends.
We're
I
not
need you to knock it out.
So yeah, so I
Yeah,
say that to
so
say
all
like,
that
but
to say-
like, hold on, like you know how they say like most women is complaining about dudes is lazy and dudes is sorry they didn't. That's most women is like I had a chick
Like
once
laying in the
before.
bed.
I had to tell a chick, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, because you doing all this talk, but when we get home, you gonna turn into a fucking starfish. And I'm tired of hearing you yakety yakking because you ain't about that shit, Wody.
Not yakety yakking.
You is not about that shit, Wody.
That's funny. Well, sorry to them. I don't know what to say about them.
Oh, that's, I mean, but that,
You know,
that's just to
But
say like
hey, that just be what it is.
that's
mean,
been
you know,
that be
it's-
what it is.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why they are the past.
But you know, it's all good. Like I feel like this. You know, women. I mean, I don't really feel any type of way about that. I feel like, and because you know, it is what it is. But because
Lames gonna be lames. That's why
I'm
you gotta be
gonna
trill,
just leave
baby.
it there. I'm gonna just leave it
You
there.
gotta
I'm
be
not gonna
trill.
talk
You
about
got so
I'm not
vet.
talking about
You
it.
got to be able to vent or vet your partners or go
Yes.
through and deal with people who like somebody said it like. You gotta find somebody you truly love and not just where the dick feels or the pussy feels good at. Like
Yeah.
you got to go like it's past that. Like that's why I be looking at
It
motherfuckers
is.
like, how are y'all dealing with this shit? Like
Yeah, it is.
sex ain't
past
never
that.
been that serious to
Well,
where we.
because and I think too, like that's something that kind of Jive and I were talking about, the difference between conditional, unconditional love.
Yep.
So there was this guy. He was speaking
Yes.
to a specific group of men that typically the self-proclaimed alpha male that
Full of shit.
desires for women to submit to them for the simple fact that they can yell the loudest that they're the alpha male. And I've never understood men that are like that. Like, just because you're a man doesn't mean that because I'm a woman, I have to submit to you.
You got the opposite. You
And-
got women who everything that's a problem, anything that can be an issue, it's gonna be a problem.
Oh, yeah.
And it ain't a problem on 1. It ain't a problem on 5. It's a problem on 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not a man if you can't shut me the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of if I'm just starting to start, regardless if I'm just fucking with you on something overly personal just to fuck with you because I felt like it. You supposed to be able to hush me up because you're a man and you gotta shut me up because that's what you do. You're alpha.
Ain't that what
So-
ain't that what what's her name said? Jill Scott. If you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah, and if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do. But that's how I feel, though. I get that. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to come at you with, like, that energy. I'm just going to stop fucking with you. Like, if you... And that goes back to what I was saying. Just because you're a man, you can't tell me what to do.
But that's
But if you can tell me what to do, it's because you're my man.
see,
And there's the difference.
and that's the same thing with the woman. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to address all your needs and your wants because you are with me and I'm with you. But I am not here to wait on you hand and foot to deal with any issue you can create just because you felt like farting or anything thing scenario you just made up in your head. That's not how this works.
Yeah, because I feel like, you know, in the reverse of that, you have the common scenario of like the old school scenario of the husband and the wife. The husband comes home from work and he's stressed out, and the woman has to bite her tongue after taking care of the kids all day.
Wipe your feet at the door. Leave that attitude at the door. Don't bring it. Don't come in your house mad.
Which is how it should be.
Yeah, which is how it should be.
But a lot of the alpha male feels like the feminine or the female energy should be spent on nurturing them.
That's not right.
And I think that is an inappropriate representation of masculinity.
Of course, that's just like the woman who can't even, like, you know, like for instance, on something funny, a little light, but I judge women on how they cross the street. If you so scared that you just run flailing across the street, you know, that shit is ridiculous to me, because it proves that you're useless. If everything you do is you just freak out, it's like you can't handle nothing. What good are you? So that's the same thing to that dude. If you just walk around, oh, I'm mad because I'm male and you responsible for my anger, and what the fuck good are you? Why should she have to pour that energy to you just to get you back to home base?
But I feel like those men deserve those women that need those expressive
ding
moments. Ding. Women that need those expressive times. And honestly, I think it's linked to sexual trauma, but I'm not going to speak too deep on that. But I think that women that like that, deep down, have some sort of unhealed daddy issues and sexual trauma.
The men who are like that have unhealed issues because they think, I get to be over the top all the time. And the same thing with those women. I get to be over the top. Nobody has. You having a right to feel however you feel.
Yeah.
But you have no right to push that upon anybody or make that somebody else's burden.
Yeah, I think there's a way to appropriately, like, especially in a relationship, like, there is a decorum, I think, that is to be had.
Point blank, period. The boundaries. Healthy boundaries at all times. Just because, see, like, emotional deposits and emotional withdrawals. That's like somebody recently, you know, or not recently, it was a while back. We're riding and, you know, I'm telling them about something I'm going through. And when I get a little triggered, I get hyped. You get what I'm saying? Because that's just my thing. But they're just lacking in emotional intelligence so severely that the moment they hear anything, they just get triggered. And now they're triggered, so they're just going to react because they don't have the emotional intelligence enough to say, hey, man, you're talking to me a little loud, and that's bothering me. So therefore, like, that's one thing that we all lack as a whole, emotional intelligence.
Yeah, emotional intelligence is important. And I also do think, too, sometimes, like, when you're dealing with a partner, it is important to find somebody that can speak to your childhood traumas in the way that is healthy for you.
Very much so.
Because it's, you know, going back to what you were saying about the women and the children and her experience, is that my issue to deal with? If you choose that woman, yeah. And in addition to all of her other traumas.
Yep.
And in the same way that it's expected of women, or, you know, if a woman chooses the man to be her husband or potential husband,
to deal with all of his
all of it, for better or for worse, for rich or poor, for what, sickness and health. I don't know. I done heard enough weddings spiels.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
I'm not.
Not yet, anyway.
You know, I've been thinking about it. I don't think I want a wedding. I genuinely think that I just want to go get married, go get a bomb ass, like, go to a bomb ass honeymoon, and then have a cookout and get drunk with my friends at my house, and then everybody go the fuck home, and I go to sleep.
That sounds fucking lit. I ain't gonna lie.
That's all I want to do. Like, I'm cool with that.
I agree with something I said before. Like, man, rings mean as much to a marriage as bumper stickers mean to cars, yo.
True, but I still want a ring, so there's that.
Point blank, period.
That's just what it is.
You know how many
I'll
women
get a tattoo as well, but
I've heard
I want a ring.
You could go at a woman about the blood diamond situation in Africa.
Lab diamonds.
And they be like,
create a.
They be like, and there's a child that's missing a foot because they getting mean, and I still want the diamond.
I mean, it don't got to be a diamond, but I want a ring because I like rings. So
And I love buying jewelry for women. Like
So
jewelry
good.
shopping, I love
Yeah.
that shit.
it's fun.
It's just awesome. Like
I don't
just
even like
like
shopping,
buying
period.
good ass pieces and then you give it to them and they be like, "Oh shit, that's so fly."
It's an It's such it's so good jewelry.
Hey, you buying a wedding ring? Holler at me. I got the business name coming soon.
Mm.
I'll go shopping for you.
I gotta go pee. Ooh. I gotta pee.
Oh,
BRB.
okay. TMI.
.com.
Like,
Women do not urinate.
Right. That's a real woman would never urinate.
Real women don't shit.
Real women don't shit.
Man, I remember being that ignorant back in the day, boy.
I'm that ignorant now. Let me tell you something. Let me be 100% honest.
What?
Let me tell you something. My whole situationals.
I got put out of girl house for using the bathroom before. She's like, "Yeah, I don't want that no more." Oh well, sorry.
No, I'm gonna be 100%. Like when in the beginning stage of a relationship, I gotta believe you magic. That's me. That might be my fucked up shit, but I gotta believe I can't smell your shit. Can't stink to me. We gotta be a little bit in before your shit starts stinking to me. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we gotta survive our first argument before you can take a shit around me. Like. And that sounds weird.
I want to see. Like it's like a. It's not like.
I know that sounds weird, but I really like. I have not yet in my life demystified women. I mean, I've definitely critiqued them,
But see,
but I haven't demystified their body to the point where I'm like.
I'm on the okay. This is the point. I agree with you on that wholeheartedly. But it's like a fine line. You don't like just like. I guess she not gonna want to smell me shitting and blah 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 to rip.
Straight up.
So it's a fine line. But
Right.
there's gonna come a day when we stay in the night and we chilling the day after. And if you want me to chill the day after, after I stay the night, somebody's gonna have to take a shit that next day. Somebody. And like I'm not like,
My situation is always like this. If I ever spent the night at a chick's house, I do one or two things. If she's got 2 bathrooms, I'm finding where that guest bathroom is. And that's where I'm going.
Oh, you
So
just
if
put me on some motherfucking game.
I like
Damn,
because
you
there's
just fucked
always
my head up.
there's
man.
always a bathroom
Shit.
in the bedroom, but I always go, where's the other bathroom? If they got kids, where do the kids use the bathroom?
You be fucking with women with houses though. That's a house type shit.
Yeah.
I be in I was in apartments, so it was the one bathroom in the apartment.
like so you gotta grow up your game. Like I go downstairs and I'm like, oh, hold on.
Cause yeah, I mean, cause it's like I said, if we stay in the night, right, somebody gonna have to wake up and bust a deuce, and we're not gonna want to keep playing grown up sexy time, trying to hold that shit in. For real, man. Like we get adults about this shit, man. You gonna have to give me you gonna have to send me to the store or something like that. Hey, go ahead, run to the store. We out of Rillos.
No, I'm just
You
saying,
have
like,
to hit me with some G or
I go
something.
use that kid's bathroom, and the girl, and every time it's ever happened, the girl knew what I was doing, and I promise you, I always got a thank you. I always got a thank you, like, thank you for using that bathroom, because even though they knew, they didn't know, and there was a little bit of decorum, like, yo, I'm not about to go up in here, blow up your bathroom, and then make you pretend like you don't smell it for the rest of the night, like. You know what I mean?
That's
we just got done going.
Hilarious. That is hilarious.
You know what I
Crazy.
mean? Like,
I've been in a
Y'all
scenario.
just-
Hold up, I got another. This is different, man. I was put in a scenario with a girl, man. Like I got over there about 9 or something, and I had to wait till like midnight or some shit. We in there and then I had to tell her, man, I gotta use the fucking bathroom. Like, no offense meant, like, man, you done made me wait. I done had a great dinner, this, that, the third, and she tried to get an attitude afterwards. I was like, man, that's your fucking fault. Like,
now you gotta break it down a little more smoother than that. Like,
I'm sorry, man.
You know what I mean? Like, you
we're
gotta be
adults,
like,
man.
so.
We're adults, man.
But I'm telling, but okay, so the way,
all right, I get it. I'm sorry,
So-
I'm wrong because I just imagine the shoe being on the other foot.
right? So you can't, you know, you can't have some chick came to you like, girl, I just need to change my pad real quick. You'd be like, yo, you wildin'. You couldn't have said that like in some more coded language. Like, there's a way to have this conversation. There's
Well, I'm
a way.
not gonna, you can't get more but I get your point.
You know
I
what I'm
get your
saying? Like,
point.
yeah,
I'm
so
not
there's
gonna
a way
argue
that-
the wording, but I get the point.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like there's a way that you can go like, yo,
Tact. I lack tact.
yeah. Do you like? Do you guys have another bathroom in here? And then she could be like, nah. Well, I'm about to go step out for a second. And she'd be like, why? And I'm just like, I'm just going to take care of some business real quick.
Hey, and that's exactly what I've learned to say. I gotta go handle some grown man business.
Just going to take care of some business real quick. And then if she's smart enough to understand, you just asked her where my bathroom was, and now you're asking to leave. If she's smart enough, and she got to be savvy enough. She got to have some savviness to her
Yes.
to go, oh, okay, well, there's a gas station or a McDonald's or whatever down the street. You know, just don't take too long. Oh, yeah, no, I'll be right back. And you could go clean up, freshen up, you know what I mean, and come back.
Yeah, I'm
And then
shower
plus,
in the house.
look, and then plus, sometimes, like you say, you be full, you be eating good. Sometimes just walking out of that warm-ass place into some fresh air is going to wake you back up and bring that spark back to your conversation and whatever. Like, sometimes stepping out and be like, yo, I just come back in like, oh, yeah, no, I feel great. Now I'm sharper. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's, you know what I mean? Like, so, but you got to grow up your clientele. Like, one bathroom bitches is a no-go in the 24. Stop fucking with these one bathroom bitches.
I'm gonna tell him that too. I'm be like, yo, man, Job said I can't fuck with y'all no more.
Can't fuck
man.
with these
You
one
got
bathroom
a bathroom
bitches.
in your house.
You got
girl.
a bathroom bitch? Nah.
Damn. So if I get a house, I gotta have.
You
more
gotta
than one-
have. You gotta have more than that. You gotta have 2.5 bathrooms or more. You gotta have one bathroom for the. You gotta have a bathroom without a shower for the guests. Then you gotta have a bathroom upstairs for your guests that get to stay the night.
But
Then
what
there's
if-
gotta be one bathroom just for you.
What if I'm in a little player suite and it's just me in that
Nah,
bitch?
man,
and
you
it's
gotta
just
grow.
my
You
shit?
gotta grow up to weight your shit, yo. You gotta grow up to weight, son.
Damn.
You in your 30s, son. You gotta grow up to weight. You gotta.
I mean, I get it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
man.
nah.
You say the same.
Yes.
You?
My little bitty ass spot has 2 bathrooms. There's one on one side and one on the other side. Point blank. Period.
But you don't got 2.5.
I don't got
Cut.
2.5. I gotta grow up to weight too. I'm just talking. We all gotta get up.
Hey, I appreciate
You got 2
that, man.
bathrooms, ain't it?
2 bathrooms, yeah.
Yeah,
Right, he
I knew Henny had 2. If you
But-
staying over in that same house, yeah, that house has 2
yeah, but I
bathrooms.
got a house.
So
I got a house.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that
so
house
you
has
got
2
at
bathrooms.
least across the board 2 bathrooms. Point blank. Period.
I
If you
get it, I
on
get
your
it.
upper echelon 2.5 and up,
But man,
but you gotta have 2, son. One bathroom, bitches. One bath. Girls, stop fucking with niggas with one bathroom.
damn.
Stop fucking with one bathroom niggas.
Damn.
Stop fucking with one bathroom niggas, baby. That's a key element that doesn't sound like it makes sense, but once you fuck with niggas with more amenities in their goddamn place, then you're different with different echelon of dudes.
No, I mean, I do understand that 1,000,000%. It's 100% different dealing with a woman who has a roommate, dealing with a woman who has her shit, dealing with a woman who has a house, dealing
You're
with.
missing my shenanigans, Rachel.
Yeah, she is. But
We dissing one bathroom bitches.
yeah.
We don't date bitches with one bathroom in the 24.
Rachel, for those who
And
couldn't
we-
hear,
and we
Rachel
don't-
said that's valid.
And we don't date, and women don't date niggas with one bathroom. Stop dating niggas with one bathroom. He don't got no, you know what I mean?
Well, if he's living by himself, that's okay.
No, it's not.
No, it is.
No, it's not.
I'm fine with that.
I mean,
'Cause you
you're humble. Press.
You have other people living with you, you got one bathroom.
No.
Nah, you.
I was in that scenario for a while. It's not the business.
It is not the business because it can't be. Hurry up! I gotta go too.
Exactly. And then you get in there and the toilet seat already warm.
Already warm from shots fired.
Already warm, boy.
Guns hot in this motherfucker. And this motherfucker about to come to the same bed with you. Nah, it's probably not gonna go down like you think it is. Y'all gonna be watching. Y'all gonna be binge watching motherfucking. You know what I mean? You gonna be binge watching her favorite show because fucking is not happening, B.
Damn.
After she smell you, like you, bro, you would have rather went to this damn store.
I get it. Nah,
You know what I
get it, yo.
mean?
Hey, I get it.
She don't owe you one. You know what I mean? You can't light her shit up and then go. It sounds ridiculous to finish the sentence.
Yes, it does.
You know what I mean?
Yes, it does.
She's. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
yo, nah, B.
Yes, it
Nah,
does.
B.
But once again, we are grown. That's why tact is. I had to up my
Tact
tact.
and
I had to up
decorum.
my tact.
Gotta have some motherfucking.
But that was just a fucked up scenario I was in. Like I said, in a grown regular people scenario.
Yeah, you got to grow up to wait your
That, like I
your
said, that's
playing
the past,
field.
though, man. That is the past.
How
yo.
far is the past? It can't be like 3 weeks ago. It's not the past.
No, that's years ago now.
Okay.
It's years
Alright.
ago now.
All right. Because motherfuckers be like, that was the past. It was last weekend.
Hell nah,
Come
boy.
on,
That
yo.
shit was 2020. That's years ago. That's
Huh?
3 years. That was some sad shit too,
We're
boy.
still talking about.
Hey, yo, Bob, you want a little tequila? We got a little tequila right there. Bob, you got it.
Ah. Come on, man.
You said we did what now? Oh. Oh.
You want some liquor?
What kind? What kind?
Whatever.
Have you seen our bar? Rum. I think
There
we
should
have
be
rum.
a lot of rum in there.
There should be a lot of rum. I think there's a lot of rum. You fuck with Malibu? Yeah, I got Malibu. Yeah, I got Malibu. I got Malibu.
Bug with the Malibu. Malibu Tay.
I just
For
want to
sure.
comment on the one bathroom thing.
Yeah, one bathroom bitches.
Yeah, if it's just you.
Okay, so this is the premise. The premise is this. Is that when you're dating somebody and you go to their house, right? You gotta go, right?
You gotta go what? Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you gotta go to a different bathroom.
No, you don't.
Yes, you. Okay, this is what I was saying. Now, this is what I was saying. When I go to a lady's house, if I'm ever invited, this doesn't happen terribly often, especially not in my situation now, but whatever. I always eyeball where the guest bathroom is or where the kids' bathroom is. Because if I gotta go, I'm not going in the bathroom that's in your bedroom. Because if I gotta go and I'm on some, you know what I'm saying, taking the
Tear
motherfucking
it
Browns
down.
to the Super Bowl. Hetty, why you? I can't let you smell that and then go jump in your bed like it's about to go down.
That's respectable.
That's respect.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I mean,
what?
I don't know if you
I
guys.
feel like this. Hold on. If you having sex with a nigga and you ain't trying to smell it, I'm not saying he.
I agree. It's childish.
And maybe this is me.
It's childish.
I said it was.
It's
I premised
childish.
it with it.
Childish.
I just don't get it. Like,
the person-
just say you got to take a shit. And then you can go take a shit.
I said
And then
that.
you know what I'm going to do? Give you a towel and a washcloth so you can wash your ass.
See, and that's
But what I
hold
say,
up.
I said
Hold
she
up.
got to be savvy though.
No, but hold
A
up,
lot of
hold up,
girls
hold
ain't
up,
that savvy.
Hold up, but no, but that's not even that savvy. That goes back to the what, like I said, people be just wanting to be on some bullshit. Oh, that's an issue. Now it's an issue. Instead of we adults, man, go wash your ass. Now come give me some ass, like, cause that's
Listen.
what's gonna happen to it anyway.
Well, yeah, because I feel like this. I mean, in my past, right? If you come into my house, especially if it's at night, you tip it. It's not a wham bam, thank you, ma'am situation. Like you going to sleep, you going to bed.
If it's some good coochie, we gonna be
You gonna be night night.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
so
want-
nigga,
yeah,
get comfortable.
Yeah,
you
if
want
it's
to
some
go
good
take
coochie,
a
I
shit?
came to get some coochie.
Go take a
Not no- yeah, I didn't
shit.
come to get no damn.
So
Yeah.
I'm the only cat
Get
that's looking for the other
comfortable.
bathroom.
I
I'm
mean,
looking for the
I
other
feel like
bathroom.
this.
No,
Hold on,
no.
how often do you shit in a day though? That's my question.
3.
Mind your business.
Real question.
Like 2-3 times.
Wow, you shit 3 times a day?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're backed up, Rachel.
No, I shit.
No,
I
women
shit
are
twice
different.
a day.
I'm
Yeah,
joking.
But also too, I shit like on the clock, like regular
regular?
That's
time.
what you're supposed to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
that means you flowing. That's good
Yeah,
shit. That's what I'm
nah.
talking about.
At the same time, every day, it's like clockwork. So I just be knowing.
Praise God.
I had to
I
get my
know.
stress levels back down. Things was wrong. Yeah.
But I noticed that men
Tomorrow,
have,
I'm 30
men
minutes
have,
late.
the older y'all get, the more sensitive y'all stomachs get. That is true.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's because
Yeah.
That's true.
people be eating bullshit.
Oh, my stomach is not on the same time.
People talking about my
it used to
stomach
be.
sensitive, but you fed at McDonald's and bullshit your whole life. That's why your
Yeah.
stomach
I
sensitive.
can't fuck with. I just found out I can't fuck with KFC no more.
That's
See?
bad.
way.
I was like, it kept like,
But you can still eat Popeyes.
oh yeah.
Oh, Popeyes is fine. Yeah, that's a better
I smell
alternative.
something.
Yeah,
You smell that? I
Like-
smell
like-
some bullshit. That's
know,
not what you
like, I
can't
was
eat
saying-
one, but you can eat the.
No, it's something about them 11 herbs and
Nah,
spices.
but most
that,
likely it's probably just the combination of their ingredients, their oil, because they use specific oils as in compared
and
to.
my stomach will get all.
Popeyes.
And next thing you know,
and if that was your go-to for a long time,
that's what I'm saying. I wore myself out. So
Because
I
me
was
and
just
honey
like,
bunches of oats, boy, it don't hurt me, but I get sick as soon as I go to eat that first bowl. My brother will be like, "Nigga, this again, guys. Like, nigga, we out the
you know what it
struggle
is.
now,
You know
nigga."
what it is. You know what it is. Is the first half of your life you had a white stomach, and now you're walking into your black lactose intolerant stomach. We don't fuck with no. We don't fuck with milk like that. You need go get you some oat milk
The
or
milk,
some
ain't, the
Almond
milk
milk.
is not
Almond
the
milk.
issue. The milk is not the issue. It's just I've ate that cereal so much.
Oh,
My
okay.
body is like,
I love honey bunches of oats.
with
but-
Yeah, it is.
almonds.
That is
But
good.
With
yeah,
almonds.
but you know
Yeah.
what it is I can't get past 3 bowls. The rest of the cereal goes like stale because I can't.
See,
You know what I
Yeah.
like? You know what cereal I like that most motherfuckers? It's old people cereal. But I've been
Raisin
eating this
Bran.
shit.
Mini wheats.
First of all, yes. But
Wheaties.
no.
Wheaties.
That motherfucker, what's that shit? The square one?
oh
Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
No.
no.
no,
You gotta
Life.
go older
Life.
than that.
Life, that's that motherfucking cereal,
I
yo.
thought you was about to say shredded wheat at this bitch.
Nah, Life cereal is so motherfucking
No,
good.
like, but wait, hold on. Do you get the kind that's already sweetened, or you got to put the sugar on it?
No, I get the one that's already sweet. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. My
You gotta
grandma,
put-
all she had was Life, but she had the unsweetened kind.
You had to put the sugar
You
on
had to
that
put the
joint?
sugar on it. But the way that the Life cereal holds onto the sugar,
Yeah.
oh
different. That
my
shit
god,
hit
Yeah, because once the
God.
milk and it starts to adhere to it, I had it.
It's
Look,
so
so
just
this was crazy. So my kids were like super small, right?
it's crazy.
When my kids were super small, I would buy them the fruity cereal or whatever cereal that I thought they wanted, and then I would buy me Life.
Mhm.
And I'm like 27, 28 years old. I'm like, yo, I'm about to kill this Life.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking my
Gone.
kids was gonna eat that cereal.
Gone.
I came up one morning and my cereal was gone. They hadn't even
Gone.
opened them motherfucking.
You know why?
And I was like, and they would tell me as an adult, they were like, we knew that it had to be good
Because
you wasn't eating what we was eating.
Yeah.
So
I
we wanted to
just-
know why you was eating it. Now my kids, I can't have nothing.
Can't
Rest
have
in
nothing.
peace to Ma Deuce. I just had this conversation with my sister the other night. We in a drunk smoking, and I stole her water or something, and I was like, I said something about it, and we was like, man, it just don't hit the same as your mama water. Your mama cup of water always
Yeah.
slap that much
Yeah.
harder than your cup of water
It do.
because it's not yours.
yes.
So
Yes.
It's like,
so
why'd
yes.
you grab that water bottle? It's
Yes.
something different.
So
The
And
minerals.
you know what it is you right about that. My mom, before she drinks her beverages, she makes sure they're ice cold. Meaning, if she gotta put them in the freezer,
My Dukes.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yes.
like, that's why your shit good.
yes.
And I be watching my niece. Like my niece, she'll drink water from my mama because my mama water is like ice. Basically, it's frozen.
And looking back, Ma Duke's shit would be ice to the rim,
Yep.
ice to the rim,
Yep.
and I don't
Ice
do ice
up.
like that.
No,
so.
me neither. But to get my niece to drink water, it got to be ice cold. I just go to my mama water bottle. She's like, "Who drank my water?"
Your niece did it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So yeah, nah.
Not me this
So,
time.
so that's crazy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I got that off my chest because I'm old now. But if you see me eating Life cereal now, it's not because I got old. It was because I've been on Life.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I be on all that
I've been
shit,
on
bro.
Life.
Not Life. I don't think I
I
had
like
Life
the-
specifically, but like
The Raisin Bran
plain
Crunch
Rice
is what I fuck with though.
Krispies.
Raisin Bran Crunch. It got like the granola some shit in it.
Oh,
okay.
what? Now, hold up now.
Yeah.
Now, what's crack in a box? What's crack in a box? And I don't eat this shit because it's literally crack in a box. Is chocolate cinnamon toast crunch.
I ain't never had that. Is that good?
Because chocolate and cinnamon is that shit.
Is it good?
Yes.
Haven't had that. You know what I do
Yes.
like that I haven't had in a while?
What?
Okay, they brought it back at Walmart. French toast crunch.
They
Oh
did.
yeah, I've had that. That is good.
I don't like the syrup taste. I'm not
I
syrup
love
taste. I don't.
Especially,
I love when it gets soggy.
especially if you, I ain't gonna hold you. If you smoke one, and then you have it.
Best soggy cereal is man, what was that thing I just had?
Life. Life is the best.
Life is good. Soggy.
Life is good as shit soggy.
Pops.
No, Pops, dude.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Pop. Yeah, I do.
Take it back to the cereal trade when me and Kuna was living together, and like we would just keep boxes of cereal and just keep the milk stock because it was a cereal trade. As long as it's there, ain't no complaining. One day, like this is fresh. Like either before we like it was like 2015, 2016. So I was no. Kuna was there like 2018. Never mind, lies. So put me in. I'm just going through it mentally. So
go ahead.
cereal was the lean on, and he had one of the giant boxes. So he brought it in the house and he had set it down and went about his life. I think I demolished that thing in less than 24 hours.
Smashing.
I'm talking about I took it down to a bowl. He comes in the house and I remember it's like, because we lived in a shotgun house where it's just straight back.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving the kitchen. He's entering the kitchen. And so I'm been in the corner and he like grabs the box. And like I said, it was sealed yesterday, 24 hours ago. He grabs it and you can hear him just saying like, God damn.
Nigga killed my shit.
Now there was another box waiting beside it. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he didn't have to. He didn't go.
Yeah.
No
cereal,
time
right.
without cereal. But it was just the whole fact.
The fact that you killed that shit.
I
You
murdered
killed
that
one whole
man.
motherfucking box.
It's like, God damn.
Giant box, yo.
That one,
Giant.
that
Like the-
0.5 seconds where you feel super strong, you're like, oh shit.
Yes, that's exactly what it was, yo. I bent that corner so hard, boy. that I ain't shit, boy.
Oh man. Nah, man. All right, what's your
That's
favorite cereal of
funny.
all time? Favorite cereal of all time?
All time. dude.
All time favorite
That's
cereal.
hard. That's hard.
Pops is one
Captain
of them.
Crunch Berry.
Captain Crunch. All berries?
I like the-
berries?
I like the bootleg kind in the bag better than the real one.
Version of it.
You know what my kids do too? My kids fuck with Malto Meal way better than they fuck with like the actual name brand. Like
Cause
my
it-
see that.
like my kids won't eat Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
They only eat Dino Bites.
Yeah.
Like if I buy Fruity Pebbles, they're like, no, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the off brands got that different sugar context to it. But
Yeah.
but side note, man, it's always Cocoa Krispies, not fucking
Cocoa Krispies are good.
yeah.
I like-
Cocoa Puff slap, but not the not the not
It's
Fruity
Cocoa
Pebbles,
Pebbles,
not Cocoa
Cocoa
Pebbles.
Pebbles.
Fuck no.
Let me just say,
Fuck
Cocoa
no.
Pebbles do slap. What you mean?
No, boy, that
I like
shit be
Cocoa Pebbles.
soggy.
I like Cocoa Pebbles, but I think right now
Krispies.
it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is
Yes.
like
That's
Cinnamon
all
Toast
it is.
Crunch
it's
slaps.
consistent.
That
it's
shit
all the
slaps.
time. Like no
Bang.
matter.
What were you saying? You were saying something.
I was saying I appreciate you, Signature, for holding this 100 stacks of bills.
The whole
Yeah.
show.
Podcast.
The whole
Yes.
show.
Yes.
I was waiting. They outside gonna see it.
He
when
having
we
a
watch
whole
it.
conversation,
I have
flapping
been
this money up and
manipulating
down.
the shit out of these things. I have been doing this whole time.
Right.
I was like, I love the prop.
Right.
I thought, I don't know. I was like, maybe he's gonna throw him at some point.
No, Henny brought it in here. And
And he
then,
just gave them to me, and my special answer was like, "Oh, $100 bills."
Yay.
Yeah, money.
but no, so my favorite, that's going to bug y'all out. My favorite is Trix. Trix cereal?
Oh, I haven't had Trix in a
Trix is
minute.
my motherfucker.
Trix is fire too, and I
You
like
know
that it
why? Let
turns
me
the
tell you.
milk pink. I
It
like
does.
that.
Tricks are for kids.
Silly rabbit.
You know, I'm going to tell you
I
why.
was supposed to say that first.
Because Trix was the cereal that, like, when my mother used to buy it, it was like the last cereal you was allowed to eat. You could eat the Frosted Flakes, you could eat the Rice Krispies, but you better make sure those cereals was gone before you touch the motherfucking
Yeah,
Trix.
Trix.
And I used to want that motherfucker so bad, yo. Like,
I don't know why, but you know what though? This is how you know marketing is so sinister because that commercial specifically marketed to children.
yeah.
Flag on the play. You just fucked me up to something I never thought of. until I went to my brother's house because my brother is the only one of us with kids. My little brother, he got 3 babies. Love them babies. So I opened his motherfucking pantry. This nigga got a whole shelf of cereal.
Yep.
A whole shelf. So I go, and just now you sitting here talking about your mama buying multiple boxes of cereal. Nigga, that never happened in my house, nigga.
No, fact.
Talk about, we got options.
No,
And
we had one cereal.
What? I just realized I never did that for myself. Like, let me go get some Cinnamon Toast Crunch and some Pops and some. I never even did that for me as an adult.
Do it
nigga.
now. Do it now.
It's
liberation.
I don't
I'm
even
not gonna lie.
liberation.
I call my boyfriend very irresponsible for that because he will buy 5 boxes of cereal.
No fucking way.
Not joking.
He got a good ass job.
He will buy.
He does.
You buying 5 boxes of cereal? I know what 5 boxes of cereal costs.
He
That
will
nigga
buy
balling.
You see how picked up eyes trying to move it around like we all sort of like, yeah.
Got it. That nigga said,
Yeah.
1 box, 2 boxes.
I would just say this: we go to Sam's and he'll spend at least $180 to like $200 on just straight up junk food, what I consider junk food.
Trash
And I'm always pissed because I'm like,
from
we
Sam's.
got a fucking, we got French toast sticks, a box of French toast sticks, assortment of cereals. Cereals. I would say the only
You
healthy
already-
thing that we do buy is probably like the coconut water from Sam's. But otherwise, everything
Fuck
else
Sam's.
is just a package of
bullshit.
yep.
Bullshit. Manipulation of salt, corn, and sugar.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
You know what I'm gonna tell you a struggle food let's go into struggle food. A struggle food that I used to fuck with. I used to, and motherfuckers used to come to my house to eat it, and to this day, motherfuckers that had it at my house remember it.
Mm-hmm.
We used to take ramen noodles,
Mm-hmm.
boil them. I used to take red meat, like just red meat, and I would cook it to the side, and then I put all that shit in one pot. And then I would take potatoes, cut them bitches up, and then bake them.
Mm-hmm.
And bring that shit out. My kids like, that was struggle food back in the day. That's what we was eating during the struggle. And motherfuckers like, look, nigga, I used to, that shit used to hook
I ain't gonna
in.
let that shit sound good.
I take the ramen noodles, and you would use the seasoning from the packet.
That's what I
with
was waiting to
seasoning.
hear. That's what I was
You
waiting
use the
to hear.
seasoning from the packet on the noodles separate, and then you flavor the motherfucking meat separate, and then you throw that shit together in a pot, leave a little water in it so it be soupy still.
Mm-hmm.
That's why your guts fucked up.
That's
I'm not
valid.
judging-
That's a
hold on, man.
valid. That's a
Hold on,
valid.
I'm not judging you. My struggle meal used to be just simple rice and turkey meat. If it's because I could cook, and I've always been on a schedule with myself, like cooking and shit like that. But it's a day. My head fucking with me. I ain't got no patience like that or something like that. My struggle meal gonna be some ground turkey, maybe a vegetable with some rice.
Let me see. Our struggle meal as a kid was definitely just like a pasta.
As a kid,
But like struggle meal as an adult,
Mm-hmm.
I'ma just
She been bad all her life. She
I'ma just
she ate a struggle meal yesterday
I'ma
for no
just eat
reason.
a sandwich.
You want to eat a sandwich?
I love sandwiches.
I to the core, like at my in the depths of my struggle, it was all sandwiches.
I
So
love
now, as a
sandwiches.
person who's like taking care of myself, I just now started fucking with things that I still don't even acknowledge are sandwiches because of the depths of my
Right.
struggle.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
that ain't no
I love
Henny.
sandwiches. I eat a fucking sandwich all damn for
Henny.
the rest of my life.
Henny, what, you had a struggle meal, or y'all was just balling y'all?
Henny ain't never. Nigga.
Henny
His
don't know
struggle
what we
meal was
talking about.
McDonald's.
I couldn't even get with cheese. I was so mad. No,
I don't know you like that though, Henny. Please don't.
Nah, Henny is all minority, so he done struggled a little bit.
there's something in there had to struggle.
Look at his eyes. He's laughing at
We,
us.
we definitely struggling. I ain't gonna lie.
So what's your struggle meal?
What's
What's
your-
your struggle meal?
Poor man's pizza.
What's a
hold
poor
up.
man's
What's
pizza?
that?
Poor man's pizza is getting a tortilla.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh shit!
Y'all
Wait, let it go.
Y'all already know what's going on.
What
Nigga,
is
if
it?
this
We got
nigga
a tor-
says
we got a tortilla, you put marinara sauce.
I knew it.
You put mozzarella cheese on it, and you get pepperoni store bought.
Yeah.
And you
I-
put
when
all
this
that
ni-
on there.
That
and then
nigga's
you
about to say
bake it in the
spaghetti
oven.
sauce. That nigga's
But
about
that
to.
sounds good.
But it's a struggle.
No,
It's not
that's
a real pizza.
motherfucking struggle.
That's a
meal.
struggle.
But it sounds amazing
Na-
because like rice and beans for Mexicans was Hispanics, but rice and bean. I've only read the story about Mexicans, so But rice and beans was a struggle meal.
Can I, let me hit that.
Tortilla rice and beans was a struggle meal.
Yes, no. Let me please vent something to y'all right fast
Listen,
for
poor man's pizza.
five fucking seconds, right? So, I go and I take my father back to where he's from, Philadelphia, for 2 weeks. Because his baby brother is still up there. And my father, told us these all long stories about why he don't eat beans because they was struggling and had to put beans with every meal and they was down bad. I bring this shit up to his brother. This nigga look at me like I passed him the crack pipe. This nigga look at me like, what the fuck? He said, that is a straight up and down lie of all lies. Nigga, I could have I could have cussed my goddamn dumbass daddy out for that dumb shit. This nigga swear he'll still tell that lie to this day. Oh, I don't eat no beans because of such a lying ass up, nigga. Yo,
I don't fuck with pork and beans for that reason though. I ain't gonna hold you. To this day,
I love me some pork
I
and beans.
cannot fuck with pork and
But I
beans.
just don't eat it because it's pork and beans.
Because I ate it so much as a kid because that's what we had. Like I can't like anytime I see it, I'm like absolutely not.
but you know what
Shit,
though?
all our struggle meals, I still eat ramen noodles.
that and I can't eat chicken ramen noodles.
Okay,
'Cause
chicken.
Chicken
See,
I had
Chicken
so-
ramen
wait,
noodles bus.
See,
Nah,
I've had it so much, man. Like when I was a kid.
I do extra shit. I add some shrimp sometimes.
see, my struggle meal as a kid.
This is why I said that
realize
she's
now
100% all things.
was Tostinos. When my Dukes and them hit the wall, because my Dukes used to cook for
You
us,
talking
like,
about the toasting, the little pizza joints?
the dollar joint.
I just ate one today.
But I'm saying, like, hold on.
I love
No, I had to realize that right now because growing up, see, my Dukes was cooking. You get what I'm saying? My Dukes was always cooking, but then when I realized, like, they fell into those bottles at one point and got on that alcohol real bad. Or whether just alcohol, they was all in it, but it just took over. So then the cooking even stopped. So it was just a Tostinos. So I had to realize now, yeah, that was the struggle meal. I got so nasty with them shits. I knew to cut the oven on, put it in as soon as you cut the oven on. By the time like it beeps to be done, like to be up to full temperature is
It's
done. Then I could just set it in the fridge for 1 minute exactly. It's cool to the right temperature, and then I knock that hoe off and get back to living.
So it's
Nah,
Literally eat the
I was-
whole
I was
thing.
a
I love-
hard-headed.
I
I was a
love
hard-headed
those.
motherfucker. I ate all my Tostinos with this sign right here.
Yep. I did it today. Me and my niece, I had to teach her the ways.
Yeah, you
Cause I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna keep blowing your food, okay?
You had to eat this.
You gotta learn, right? So I'm teaching her how to blow.
How is a seasoning?
So now she knows how to blow her food.
There you go.
But she took a couple bites. That was a little too hot, and I was like, don't you spit it on my floor. You better,
you better breathe
Yeah.
over it.
speaking about.
I was like, spit it on your hand. So she did. She spit it on her hand, and then she was like, and I was like, she started blowing on hers. I was like, okay, I put it back in your mouth. And she did it. And it was fine. She was,
But you
she was
gotta
like,
learn.
okay.
You have to learn the ways.
She started
You gotta
clapping,
learn the
and
ways.
You
I
have to
felt
learn the
so
ways.
proud.
That's
'Cause
right.
she did it. I was
Come
like, you're
on.
so smart. She did it.
And that's the thing while watching my nephew and them, I'm so happy and proud they will never have to make the decisions we had to make.
Yeah.
But I'd be wanting to kick them in their goddamn ass, like put the damn baby down, man.
Alright,
Make
check
that
it out, check
motherfucker
it out,
walk,
check
man.
it
Like,
Hmm.
You've had a lot of fun.
like shut up with all that damn fussing.
Yeah. Before Drive even says it, I want to mention it. It's like midnight right
Right. I looked
Oh,
at the
no,
clock.
no. We
Oh,
can
I-
go because I got to get my wings. I smell them.
Yeah. So
I knew that was coming.
we had a lot of fun on
Yeah,
our
we was-
first multi-platform podcast. Yo, Clicked Up the podcast is growing, yo. If you are not here on the ground floor, man, you are missing an epic rise to the top, man. We're gonna have a bunch of fun, man. If you caught
Call
us
me
on
Mr. Hunnit, baby.
call us on Facebook. If you caught us on where was we? Twitch. If you caught us on YouTube, man, like, share, subscribe. We are growing for the Savannah community. If you have something dope going on and you want to come on and talk with us about what you got dope going on, man, we definitely have the stage, the platform to put you up. You know what I mean? So definitely come holler at your boy, man. We're going to have a lot of fun going forward. We are moving our time from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So every
It's the
Saturday, late night, yeah,
night,
we're
baby.
gonna give y'all some time to get in and chill,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have some fun, man. Thank you guys for having us, man. We've been having a whole
Before
bunch
you
of fun.
close it out, Askura Taihimba just
Uh-huh.
said he wants us to keep it going because he just got here.
Oh, you know what? You gonna have to go back and go through the. You can watch
you
the
gotta go
episode.
through.
Watch the
Yeah,
episode.
watch the episode. Come back and see
But
us
we love
next
you,
Saturday.
man. Yeah, man. 9 p.m. Clock in with us, man.
Holla,
Click up the
holla.
podcast from where I stay to where you lay. Peace.
Bye.
Holla, holla.